Live now. So I had no plans to go live today. I was working on a few things. What's up? Is that Sienna in the house?
Yep.
I'm glad you joined me. We see how well my internet holds up today. If it start lagging, I may just have you go on. But so far, I think it's good. But if it's lagging, I learned that all I have to do is be the only person on video, and that fixes it. But I'll just start. We see how it goes. If not, we probably just have you on mic, Alex. But I asked you guys first because I didn't have anything prepared. Actually, you want to do that, Mike? Alex? I already see.
Yeah,
There
I
we
just
go.
noticed it was lagging already.
Yeah, I learned that a few times after streaming a few times that if anyone go mute, anyone take their video off, it actually helps my stream out a lot. What are your guys' initial thoughts about what's going on before I get into my spiel? Anything you guys want to say before I get started? Ran and Raven. Because
These
I got
pictures are crazy.
like I knew that the right wing wasn't gonna take this election well, and I can officially say because I had this discussion with Jackie and a few other people on my show, and they disagreed with me because I said at the time I said this election loss that MAGA is going through right now. They're handling it worse than liberals did when it comes to Russiagate. And then people disagree with me. But I'm like, okay, I see why you might disagree. But now, I don't know how anyone can argue that. And people know there's no love lost at all between me and the liberal class. I'm going to tweet my YouTube version of this out. But everyone know there's no love lost between me and liberals.
Nick, you should go take a look at Mike Pence's cover photo on his Twitter account.
For what? I'm gonna tweet my YouTube link and then we can I can take a look at that. But why I do that? Like
He
I see
he has a picture of Biden and Harris on it.
Mike Pence does? Mike Pence does? Wow. Wait, so he actually going against Donald Trump then?
Yeah, he's
Discussing
to try to save himself.
Fascist coup attempt with some comrades. I had to put the YouTube link and the Twitch link in there because people don't like using Twitch sometimes. So now I got that out. Let me look at Mike. Let me look at Mike Pence.
Biden and Harris as his Twitter banner.
When he changed that? He's trending right now.
He must have done it like the last. I just saw it in a different Twitch chat, so it has to be pretty recent.
You mean Mike Pence's Twitter?
Mike Pence's Twitter, like his banner on it, is literally a picture of Biden and Harris.
Oh, I see it now. I thought you meant his profile picture. Is that it? I got it on my stream.
Oh, there he is.
I'm back. I think I got it now. So this is it, right?
Yeah, that's his actual account, and that's his actual banner.
I think you see it from my stream, but just to let you know, I usually put this stuff just on my streams to save resources. But I think you see it, so I got it pulled up on my stream here. I already see some people in chat. I already see plenty of people in here. Nice. Shit has been lit. I've been following closely. Popular uprising. 2021 has been lit. 2021 has been pretty fucking crazy so far.
Started out strong. Let's go.
Yeah, started out straight up strong. It would have been even better if we had the squad vote against Nancy Pelosi. But I'm not gonna be a dead horse. What happened.
Hey,
but can you imagine if we voted and we stopped Nancy Pelosi from being the House Speaker and this happened?
I'd be nuts. That would be like the best Christmas present ever.
Right, for me, right? People get mad at me because I was like, people got really salty when I said, I'm like, dude, it's crazy how the right wing, they was actually ready for revolution, but but the progressive left, they're not ready for revolution. Like, this is like they was more ready for revolution than we was. And I learned that recently that there's a lot of people, like when I was talking throughout the primary, when I said hashtag no middle ground, when I was saying this stuff, I actually meant it. Like I actually was about the political revolution game. Like, all right, Bernie Sanders is our best path forward. If not for Bernie Sanders, we had to find other ways. But we cannot give more power to the Democratic Party. That was my position. So I'm like, I'm down for the political revolution. That is what a political revolution looks like. And now, in response to that, with that in mind, because anyone who's been following my show for a while knows my thought on the movement from the progressives. So this is a tweet that got me in that it's blowing up. So a lot of people found the humor in it, but actually, I'll tweet a fucking shit today. This is why I said, and I already have the weak left. You mean the left that liked Elizabeth Warren, the left that never covers foreign policy, the left that voted for Joe Biden, the left that was against
them left, but
this is me being very charitable. And actually, I'm gonna tweet this out too. Fuck it, why not? Because I already know some people mad about me, and this is a good way to get some people in the stream. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm getting a little better at this. So I'm gonna say addressing the heated comments, the heated tweets about. How can I put it? Addressing the heated comments about my tweets today. Keep it super vague. People are like, what? What? People are mad. Let's see how that works. But
in fairness, though, to the right being more ready for revolution, like they have the cops on their side already.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Like if BLM if any Antifa group at all went to the Capitol and stormed it like that, there would be a whole bunch of dead people.
How? So I'm like super mad because the right wing, they get their revolution. Their revolution is on easy mode. It's an easy mode revolution.
Well, it's not even really a revolution. They're just basically trying to
Making
install
noise.
the very thing that's already it's already fascism. They're just making it a little clearer what it is, I guess.
So now people know what time it is. This is my tweet I made. I said alerts how the right wing is more down for revolution than the progressive left, and this is more of a joke that is more mired than some truth, because anyone who's been following my show know that I've been disappointed that there were a lot of people that said hashtag no middle ground. People who would say, I'll never vote for a war criminal. And then when shit hit the fan, they actually did. So it's like, yeah. There were some people who pretended they was down for revolution. They pretended they was down for revolution, but they're really not. They're really not.
Voted for Joe Biden, of all people.
Reverend Fugu said never back down chance. So I'm happy because this haven't been that long ago. I got 4.8. So there's a lot of people that understand what I was saying. They understand the humor. But there is the there is that soft left, I should say, who are trying their best to try and get me canceled. Let me see if I can show you guys. I'm not gonna be on the drum too long. I just thought it was really fucking funny. This guy, Dystopian Rob, that a lot of people have been complaining about for a while, because this dude, if you don't know who this guy is, he does literally nothing but try to cause fights on the left, and he does nothing but attack Breonna Joy Gray. And I made my tweet earlier today that blew up because it was like a warning shot. You got to realize I was talking about this guy, right? Dystopian Rob, him among a few others. The only thing that he does, he attacked Breonna Joy Gray. He attacked leftists. He does his infighting shit, that which I ignored, but I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm having fun today. So this is what he tried to do. Like he was trying to lie about me right here. I don't have to go through his response, but he really trying to cancel me because this is what he said under my tweet that I just showed earlier. This is my tweet that a lot of people like. This is 1 hour. It only almost got 5,000 likes. So a lot of people found the humor of what I was saying right here. But this guy, if anyone agrees with this tweet, please unfollow me. I don't want to be a social with you. Thank you. What? But this is what I'm talking. Remember I made that tweet where I was like, there's no one that annoys me more than the no fun left, the Puritan left. You guys, this is what I'm talking about. This shit right here. Like, bro, I'm obviously halfway joking here. Like, that's what most people understand. That's what laugh my ass out come from. That's why a lot of people like it. It's a joke making truth. And this dude like, we can't have any fun around here about that. So he tried to get me canceled. And trust me, I got receipts on this dude. I've been holding it back. I know mutuals that have been complaining about this dude. But I don't get into that drama. But you see, this dude hilariously tried to get me canceled. Katie, my homie, she said, die mad, you salty bitch. Under that meme right there. I don't spend my time on my account going after the leftists. You guys know that. You guys know I focus my time. Yeah, this is like one of the YouTube comments said, Gallons. All this dude does, only thing he does is complain about leftists. We are in the middle of a fascist right-wing coup right now. And what his concern right now is to attack what progressives are saying online. If you want to know how serious of a person this guy is, if you want to know how serious this guy is, apparently this coup is such a big deal right now. But his focus right now is to tone police to the left. That's what dystopian Rob. That's what his number one concern is right now. You want to know what dystopian Rob and his friends? You want to know his number one concern is right now? While we are in the middle of a pandemic, economic collapse, where the police are shooting black people, he's worried about Breonna Joy Gray. Like the only thing he does, the only thing people he retweets, the only thing he does is go after Breonna Joy, going against forced to vote. So during all this crazy time, once again, I didn't want to get on this too long, but I feel like I had to get this man. So we going through all this crazy stuff right now, and this motherfucker is worried about what people are saying on Twitter. Deeply unserious person. Deeply unserious person. So check my timeline out. If you this is literally the only thing I had to respond to him with, because what he was trying to do was so pathetically sad. I just laughing more. He literally trying to get me canceled over this joke. That's what he tried to do.
I still wonder, like, are these people actually liberals, or are they just like
this is 100%?
Like, holy shit!
I had a lot of people say he's an op. I'm not gonna accuse anyone of being an op.
I mean,
I'm not gonna accuse anyone of being an op, but. This dude is literally designed. He is not designed to punch up. He is literally designed to swipe at the left, and that's the only thing I've seen on his account. And I wouldn't even be doing this video if he didn't feel the need to step up to me. I literally wouldn't feel the need to do this, but he fucking made it. He now I'm gonna have to expose this kind of shit because now when I see it, now I'm inclined to quote tweet you and get people to understand how much of a clown you are. But anyway, I'm going through this stuff right now.
Hashtag climate action. Good job.
Good job, bro. You're such a hero. You're such a hero. But there's so much stuff going on now. Like you guys literally just broke the Pence thing with me.
I just saw it in, like, I'm in a different stream that has like a bunch of streams all in one showing like people on the ground in DC and elsewhere. And I just saw that in the chat and I'm like, holy shit.
So I guess I didn't have a show planned today. But I can break this down to a little segment here, because anyone who followed my channel and followed it for quite a while knows that one of my main focus, because I'm actually a serious person, unlike Rob, I actually care about challenging power. I actually care about punching up. That's how I got my 55,000 followers, by the way, Rob. So it's kind of funny you thought you can cancel me. But anyway, that's what I do. I focus on the crime against humanity of our police force and what we had to fight against as a left, because the Bernie Sanders movement, this is what people like Rob and a lot of people who get mad whenever we challenge left leadership, this is what they don't understand. They don't understand that the Bernie Sanders movement was incomplete. Bernie Sanders was the compromise candidate. He was a great candidate. He was a great leader, in my opinion, because the way he was able to rally and get the left to be a cohesive voting unit. But there was big flaws that I seen. Giant flaws. in what he was pushing, what he's advocating against for. So, for example, he want to fund cops some more. That's a fundamental disagreement between me and Bernie Sanders. He literally pushes the Democratic talking points on Julian Assange. He's silent on the issue of Julian Assange. These are red flags. So once again, I got nothing but love for Bernie. I want one of the people that like, oh fuck Bernie, I hate Bernie Sanders. I'm not one of those people. I'm not that guy. But I'm willing to be honest about who he is and what he is in our movement right now. And what the left has to do right now is create a post-Bernie Sanders left. Meaning, we take all the good stuff from Bernie Sanders and what he taught us, and then we improve that. And one thing that I take in terms of improving and what I think the left need to do more often is actually challenge human rights violations. Which Bernie did a good job on, because Bernie was the only candidate that was running on abolish ICE. He literally get the bill passed to end the genocide in Yemen. So he got some good things. But when you look at the fascist police state as we know it, the idea that we should pay these people more, that's a really giant red flag. Like, that's something that is a big deal to me. And why do I say that? Because if it's not clear today that the police is designed to protect and counter white supremacy, I don't know what else would show it to you. Look at this. This is from Timothy Burke. He tweeted this an hour ago. Cops are taking selfies with the terrorists now. This is their boys. This is their friends. This is their cousins, their uncles, their neighbors. So of course they take it easy on them. So now people wondering how they lost the Capitol building. So the Capitol building was lost because the police thought they can be nice to these white
They just stepped
supremacists.
aside.
Yeah, they thought. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, half the people that are trying to storm it probably are off-duty cops. Let's be real.
So I'm gonna say, I'll tweet the Twitter version.
Like, these are their friends.
Yep. So I'm gonna put and then I'll finish a little segment discussing why the current fascist coup is and the cops butting up with them is exactly why we must defund the police. Sorry I haven't got to the chat yet, guys. I'll get to it here soon. Let me just finish this last defund the police segment. I guess I get to a few maybe before they get deleted. Megan there said that Rob guy is nuts lately. I mean, yeah, he's doing his job. His job is to divide the left. He's doing exactly. I mean, it was clear to me. Like I see these people all the time. And I'm glad that Megan there is here. I want to get your takes on what's going on today. Welcome, Meg. But yeah, these people know exactly what they're gonna do. Cause when I see how some people tweet throughout the course of the situation where we are in with the economic class, the homelessness crisis, and why a lot of people like about I'm sorry if I sound too braggadocious here, but it makes up my point. The reason why people follow me and the reason why people are watching the channel is because I'm literally speaking truth to power. I'm calling out the leadership. I'm bringing up uncomfortable truths. When you look at Rob and his page, is he doing that, or is he calling out leftists? His version of speaking truth to power is calling out Brianna Joy Gray. That's his version of speaking truth to power.
No power whatsoever.
So we got Forgiving Chi in the chat. My homie, like she, I don't want to. I mean, anyone know Forgiving Chi is my Oppo research person. I mean, she's not lying in the chat here because she's telling you guys how she feel about Rob. She got receipts. Like, the dude's a creep. The only thing he does, in my follow up, I literally was like, he go after Bree, he go after my mutuals, and the only thing he does is divide the left. Forgiving Chi is one of them. Like, only thing he constantly on her page attacking her. So my question to anyone who's watching this who might like Rob, why is Rob spending his time attacking a woman of color in the middle of a pandemic economic collapse? Someone please explain to me why Rob thinks Forgiving Chi and some of my other friends are the no one priority right now. How that makes sense? Yeah. And people look at my Twitter. Who am I going after on Twitter? Like, I respond to this guy because he went after me. But only thing I'm doing, I'm bashing Kamala, I'm bashing Joe Biden, I'm bashing Trump, I'm bashing the ruling class. And that's what the left should be about. Meanwhile, we got deeply unserious people like this guy and the Queen Yellow person, the Faceless account. All they do is attack Brianna Joy Gray. That's all they do all day. All they do is attack the left because they don't agree with them on everything. I mean, if I attack people based on whether I agree with them or not, my Twitter would be fucking toxic as shit. Because I see people even tweets I like. I'm like, it's kind of lib shit right there, bro. But I don't go after him because what's the fucking point? That's all he does. So he's either doing it for clout or he's a psyop designed to divide the left. And once again, I don't usually call these people out, but he started it. he fired the first shot. So now when I see him say some stupid shit, guess who's gonna get your average ratio every single time? Now when I see you say anything about Brianna Joy Gray, guess who's gonna respond to you? And you guys think I'm mad? You guys think I'm mean now? I've been holding back. But people don't understand how much I hold back. People had no idea. Like ever since I got my platform, I felt obligated that I have to laser and focus on power. But now this guy, he attacking some of my friends. Now he go after me. Fuck him. Like, I'm gonna show my 55,000 followers exactly why he's a scumbag, and he better be careful about what he tweet. Because I'm not gonna call him out when he's right. But if he start going after Brianna Joy Gray like he has for the last few weeks, trust me, I'm gonna expose his ass. And once again, I'm only going after him this hard because I heard complaints about him from multiple people. Now he finally came to me. I'm like, all right. Let me tell you guys why. Let me tell you guys why this dude's a problem. But anyway, let me get to some of the other comments. Anything you guys want to add before I move on here? I know I rant and rave.
I just want to say that I'm so happy that I got banned off Twitter. My life has gotten so much better. Oh my god.
I'm like this moment right here and this moment today. This moment today is why I am very upset when I have the account that I do now, because I used to be able to shit post and make more jokes.
Did you
Like I
make
used
an
to.
alt yet? Because I heard you got suspended for a little bit.
I made it all, but I'm like, man, if I want to tweet something, I'll say it on my fucking name. I'll say why I
Well,
say
yeah,
it.
I'm just saying, like, for when that happens again.
I know, because I'm like, I considered like, man, I should have I literally considered because more people can see my tweets now. Like, man, what if I have not what I had when I have more fun and shit posts and horny posts and do all that kind of stuff on. But then I'm like, man, fuck that. I am who I am. I ain't hiding for nobody. I'm not hiding for fucking
Oh
nobody.
my god. Katie's response to
I love Katie. Yeah.
tweet. Like, if anyone agrees with this tweet, please unfollow me. She's like, die mad, you salty bitch.
I love Katie so much. She's like one of my
Hilarious.
first. Like Katie is one of my first friends I have. Like we literally became mutuals when we both had like 500 or so followers. So she was like one of the original people. I know Megan and we've been friends for a long time, but if I think of people, Katie was like the first one who's still active now. I should say. So her responses always gives me life. And I already literally see people like, I'm checking my tweet now. I'm glad it's blowing up, calling the scumbag out. But yeah, A1 saying he a psyop because literally A1 that responds to me saying they had the same problem with this guy. His problem is he always want to pick up a fight with a left. So
Yeah, I've only seen it recently, like, because I don't think I do follow him, but I never see his tweets because I don't get notifications for his. Like, he's just always on my timeline.
Yeah.
I don't. No, I'm not following him. Never mind.
Yeah, I never.
So that
He used to leave comments.
Save me some time.
He used to leave comments on my page all the time. I'm like, I'm not gonna like your post, bro. Like, I literally, like, I never had an issue, but I never liked his post, never engaged with him because I knew he was toxic. But he was trying to, like, trying to get me to like him or something. Like, he replied to me for a very long time, and I guess he realized that I wasn't liking his post, and now he's going offensive. I don't understand because we was cool for a while. I never talked to him. I mean, he always replied to my tweets and agreed with me. But now I guess he's trying to get some clout because one of their best replies to this dude was like, "Bro, there's literally a fascist take over our state. You trying to start Twitter beef right now?" And that alone, let alone say everything you need to know. And if anyone on Twitch right now, check out what Forgivency saying because Forgivency is one of the many people that he harassed. Let me. I got some banger tweets out today. I'm gonna put my link. For the stream under some of them, under some of them, because today it's insane. Almost everything I put out was a banger today. But once again, I didn't have a actual show prepared. So if you guys see anything that you guys that's breaking that you guys want to share, you guys more free to do that. While you do that, I'm about to do a little better job advertising. So I already see this stream is. I'm very happy with all the comments and engagement. I'm gonna get to the comments really soon here, guys. Discussing all the salty lives. I put that under the tweet that he responded to because this tweet is blowing up. So I'm like, okay, I'll put that tweet here. So if you guys want to yell at me, this is the time. Actually, that's what I should put that. Actually, I'm gonna delete it. I'm like, if you guys want to yell at me, this is the time to do it. I'm gonna put discussing all the salty lives. In the comment. Well, I ain't about to say in the comments. Now is your time to yell at me. Okay, cool.
So how are we feeling about the fact that there are Congress people calling for Trump to be impeached? Because I'm like on one hand I completely understand it. On the other, I'm like, he has literally 2 weeks left. How are you gonna impeach him? Like,
yeah, it's funny.
It's all political theater, like always.
Yeah, it's funny because they called out hashtag force to vote. They were like, well, what is that going to accomplish? It's not political theater. Right? It's funny, the same people who thought hashtag force to vote with political theater want to do the impeachment.
Impeachment!
Very funny how very funny how the priorities of the privileged is regarding politics. So, fine for healthcare? Oh no, that's a waste of time. That's just some bullshit. But impeaching a president that's about to be gone, that's not going to change essentially anything. Oh yeah, let's spend all our capital on that.
Even if they the Senate's not going to remove him, obviously. But even if he was, would they get that done in 2 weeks? I doubt that.
No, not at all.
So
no, he'd be out of office by the time the impeachment hearings were over.
Yeah. So who cares?
It's like, just, okay, then what are you going to do after that? Like, charge him with treason? Like, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, like, they already building the argument for why we shouldn't charge Trump. James Comey just came out and said that. There was a few other big liberal people in the media that came out and said that. So they already building the groundwork for whenever Joe Biden decide and the DOJ decide not to go after him. Whenever Democrats don't decide not to go after him, they already building that groundwork.
Yeah.
They're already planning on doing the pardon him so the country can heal thing. And it's like, that never works. First of all, and second of all, you really think these people that just stormed the Capitol are going to be like, oh, they pardoned him. All right, let's all go home. It's fine. We'll just vote again in another 2 years.
Very happy about the viewers we got here. Let me get some of the chat. Cause I already missed a few of them because they got deleted. Let me get. I'm gonna just tweet one more link. I'll just put in.
Yeah. I see someone is asking what fascism is.
What fascism is? Fascism. There's a lot of different interpretations. If you go by the exact definition, they say fascism is a extreme version of authoritarianism that is mired with nationalism, patriotism, and a harsh regimentation of society. I know, I looked this up because remember when A1 was saying that Biden is a fascist? Trump is a fascist. My argument, I'm like, bro, all right. So there's actually a lot of scholars that disagree with the assessment that Trump is a fascist. But let me grant you that Trump is a fascist. If you say that Trump is a fascist, you must admit that every U.S. president we have in the modern era is a fascist. Whenever I said that argument, liberal brains melted. This is when the block usually happens because I'm like, okay, so going by the strict interpretation of fascism, I mean, you got the 10 points of fascism that not everyone agrees with, but then if you just go by the very basic definition, hardcore authoritarianism, patriotism, a harsh regimentation of society. Another big important component of this is you going after your political opponents. So if we literally apply that definition, we are talking about the police force. We are talking about the Pentagon. We are talking about the Patriot Act. We are talking about NSA spying. Mm-hmm. So if we using that definition, how I grant you that Trump is a fascist by that definition, but I say that our state is a fascist state. That we live in a fascist state. So, and then if you look at the fascist institutions that Donald Trump was taking advantage of, Joe Biden is responsible for that. Joe Biden is responsible for ICE. Joe Biden is responsible for the kids in cages. That was started under Obama. Obama deported more people in the first term than Trump did, by the way. So that was very, very simple. Very, very simple logic that I'll bring up all the time. And people are like, oh, you're a Trump apologist. I'm a Trump apologist because I say he's a fascist, but my criticism is that Joe Biden is like Trump. So how is that me being a Trump apologist? That's what people like the fake left will say all the time. Damn, I missed a lot of comments. But yeah, hopefully that kind of explains it. I did segments literally during the course of the election. I'm like, bro, if you say that Trump is a fascist, you quite literally have to say Biden's a fascist. Because if you don't think Biden's a fascist, but you think Trump is a fascist, I want you to explain to me, where did Trump use his power to implement fascism that Biden is either not complicit with or he wouldn't use as president himself? Then I'll bring that up. They'll block me. Because they can't. It's very simple common sense, right? The United States.
Yeah, well, especially considering, fascism is also the combination, or the union of business and government. And if that's not fascism, if that's fascism, our country is a fascist state. Considering corporations basically control our government.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. And people were like, so I'll let you go right this, Alex. One thing people were saying to me was like, oh, how dare you try to say that this any sort of revolution is a good thing. I'm like, this is the disconnect between me and the privileged left. I've been at the revolution. My mindset was Bernie Sanders was the compromise. I'm like, okay, Bernie Sanders is the way we can get this done in a nice way. But if that doesn't work, we gotta find another way to take down the fascist state for the reason why I'm saying right now. So I'm for, and you can read I literally had tweets today that's saying that. That's saying that these fascists are horrible. I mock them constantly. But I'm like, bro, this state gotta go down one way or another. Because I see the evils in what the state has done as beyond the pale. When I see the millions dead in the Middle East, when I see the human rights violation that ICE is complicit with, when I see the prison industrial complex that destroyed black lives, when I see innocent black people being executed on death row, like this is my boy Jay's here. But this is what I'm saying. When I'm saying that we live in a fascist state that must be overthrown. So people are leading and upset with me because they're like, oh, how you endorsing a revolution? Not their revolution, but I think we should do it. And that's what my tweet was sounding like. Okay, so the right wing and their stupid revolution, which I don't agree with, at least they're doing it. At least they're doing it. But the people on the left, they did nothing but talk about it. And I think we should be also the point where we're ready to actually do some real direct action, pressure on our representatives. And it's going to be worse. This is exactly the kind of stuff we got to do under Biden. This is exactly what we're going to have to do under him. Because now he already said, Joe Manchin already tweeted out today how it's important to have bipartisanship. This fucking moron, Joe Manchin, is talking about bipartisanship while the Republican Party is trying to stage a coup. So I hope you guys know what their priorities are. You guys don't think that we're gonna have to do some shit like this eventually? What is wrong with you? And once again, a lot of people that get upset with me in my tweets today are the privileged left who don't realize that this is what we need anyway.
Yeah, this is what we should have been doing years ago. Revolutions don't happen through voting.
Yeah.
If this election is any indicator of that happening, like there's no way of voting for a revolution or even reform because neither candidate wants to reform a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
So Jay,
Hey everybody, yo,
I'm always glad to have you in the house.
I said it before and I'm gonna say it again. I am, in one sense, I am jealous of MAGA. Here I am again.
Yeah. Hey Rob, I'll be furious at you for saying that.
Like, if many on the left even had a quarter of the guts that MAGA has, you would have things like Medicare for All, a Green New Deal. Bernie Sanders will be president right now.
I'd hope if we're revolting like this, it'd be someone better than Bernie Sanders. But anyway, go on.
Well, of course, yeah. But I mean, at least for now, that's what we would have. But no. You know, and all we asked for was just, you know, just for leverage for a floor vote.
Yeah.
That's all we asked for. You know,
like,
and
we
even
don't
then
have
it was
any
like,
balls on the left.
Yeah, and even then it was just like, oh no, you can't do that. That's bad. And next thing you know, MAGA goes, hold my beer, and look at it now.
They took over the Capitol building.
They took over the Capitol.
Joe Biden says, America is so much better than what we're seeing today.
No, it's not.
No,
Is it though? That's what I'm gonna reply. I'm gonna get the Thor tweet, the Thor meme. You know the meme where Thor's kind of like,
yeah.
Are you sure? I might just reply with that, like, bro, I don't believe you. I don't fucking believe you. Anyone who studied history for one fucking second know that this is nothing new. I just talked to my dad not too long ago. My dad grew up in the civil rights era in Alabama, and I grew up hearing nothing but racist stories. And there's a lot of stuff that, on the last 4 years, is starting to make white privileged leftists uncomfortable. But I'm like, bro, this is the reality what we have been having to deal with our entire lives. And then what me and Jackie said on our show. People were like, oh, we got to vote against fascism. And me and Jackie were like, fascism? That's another fucking Tuesday. That's another Tuesday. And I was talking to my dad. My dad was like, yeah, I'm not surprised. Like anyone in the black community, especially in the Midwest black community, the Southern black community. I didn't live in the South. We moved and I grew up mostly in the Midwest my whole life. But my family from the South, they tell you, like anyone in my family, we wasn't shocked at Trump. Like we wasn't shocked at the rise of MAGA because we lived this shit. So then you have privileged white people who don't hang out with black people at all. They don't. They like to say they speak on behalf of black people, but they actually don't hang out with black people. They actually not aware with black people, right? So then they see Trump and they see MAGA, and they're like, oh my god, what happened to our country? What happened to our and me and my dad and my crew, we were like, bitch, what? This is nothing new. There's nothing. That's why I'm like, people act like I'm crazy on Twitter. I'm never ever gonna allow them to convince me I'm crazy, because anyone I know in real life hates politicians. And that was the tweet I was making out the other day. These people that go on Twitter that defend politicians, that defend the oligarchy, that defend the ruling class, you're out of touch. I want you to know that. Over half the country don't vote, and you guys act like I'm out of touch because I don't like politicians. You guys are deeply out of touch, and that's the point I want to make to people. Man, I'm so behind in the comments. I'm sorry, guys. Lawrence, I'm gonna stream this on my Discord. Yeah, I'm not used to the chat moving so fast, but we getting there. Thank you, Lauren, for streaming this on your Discord. I definitely appreciate that. So I'm like barely getting the comments before they get deleted. We have millions of homelessness, and poverty. I think you're talking about our current situation right now and why leftists are more focused on starting internet beefs than addressing that. And people know my content. That's what I'm about. But I will defend myself against people I've seen constantly attack leftists, and that's what we've seen with Rob. And I don't want to focus on people like Rob. I'd rather focus on punching up at Joe Biden, at Kamala Harris, and do that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, like they don't like these same weak leftists that spend all the time attacking other leftists like Brandon Joy Gray. You notice that they don't really lay glove on Kamala and Democratic Party. They never talk about foreign policy. They never do none of this shit, right? Damn, I'm missing all these comments. You guys want to chime in? Feel free. I know I talk too damn much. Let's see. Let me face them. I missed so many comments. I'm very positive. Keep it coming. I'm gonna try and address a few of these, and then we can see what's breaking. If you guys see anything on your timeline, well, let me know. Send it. Put it in Discord or something. I can share it.
Did you see that one story that I don't know how new it was, but Kamala Harris put out about how she was like in a stroller during the civil rights?
Oh my god, that's a whole nother. Like, I gotta bring the squad.
So fucking mad.
I gotta bring the squad to roast. I was so mad in stream that day that story came out. I was like, bro, I have so much to say about this, but I couldn't stream. I'm like, maybe next episode. But anyone want to add on to that? Talk about that, because I might do a whole nother segment on that.
Oh, let me tell you. Did you see the series of tweets that I put out?
Yeah, let's go on your page. Let's go your page. I'll post a response here. Let me type the Joe Biden response, and then I'm gonna check out your timeline. Like, I saw one tweet you made. I was searching for now. That was pretty fire. Mm-hmm. It was pretty fire. I'll put it on here soon. But I now saw the Biden spot. All right, I'm gonna just respond with a simple Thor skeptical face meme. I think that says everything. I don't think that says everything that needs to be said about what the fuck he just said here. Like Joe Biden is a right winger to his core. For y'all who on the stream who just missed it, this is what he just tweeted out. America is so much better than what we're saying today. And this, my response is very simple. You sure? I'm not 100% positive that it is, bro. But what was you about to say, Jay?
No, I did a whole series of tweets.
Oh yeah, let me look on the timeline.
If Kamala Harris wants to plagiarize and claim quotes as her own and stories as her own, that I'll take any quote from anybody famous and then I put it to Kamala Harris. So when Bill Clinton said, "I did not have that woman," guess what? I put Kamala Harris as saying that.
But we're gonna.
I said Kamala Harris said that.
She is so crazy. We're gonna have so much fun roasting Kamala Harris for the next 4 years. That's my tweet I made. I think last week I said if your number one concern right now is not trying to tear down Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg in head 2024, and you still believe in electoral politics, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like they already
absolutely deluded if you're investing in that.
This is what I'm saying. Like you guys know our position. What was that, Jay? Go ahead.
By the way, a K-Hive member came into my mentions and told me that I was disgraced for talking down a black woman as a gay black man.
I think I saw that.
And so
I think I saw that, and I think I saw your response to that.
Didn't you know that all black women are perfect and can never be criticized for any reason?
That's what
apparently so.
That's what the ruling class love. That's what they will love for you to believe. I hear me said black people been screaming about this forever. Yeah, about the fascism. Man, dude, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm like still behind on all these. I hear me say whitewash history had them believe that we were living perfect lives. The funny thing is, there are liberals that literally believe that we are like liberals literally believe that police protect and serve our communities. To this day, they still believe that. They watch this protest going on. They see the two-tier justice system that we live under, and they still believe that police serves our communities.
Liberals are going to use this as a reason to fund the police more.
Uh-huh.
Oh no!
Oh my god! Yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, what the rise of white nationalism is a security threat, so we must give the police more money, even though they was literally just. Did I play that? I had a clip. I'll probably play it later if I didn't. But they were literally taking selfies. Let me find it right now, actually, because I think I'm about to play it and I didn't do it. Let me see if I can find the one where they're taking selfies.
At some point, you should look at the tweet I just posted in Discord too. They even beat us to that.
Shit, yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh my god.
Forever ago.
So this is.
I mean, we'd be using a guillotine instead of a noose, but
Yeah, but sentiment's the same, you know.
So my response to this is very simple. Like, get now, defund the police, because I'm glad anyone who watched my show. This is something I cover a lot because I dispel the myths of propaganda all the time. That's what I focus on my channel, and what I focus on my Twitter is destroying U.S. imperialism in all its forms. And the police is U.S. imperialism just in a different form here at home. So this is what they do. And people who think they're here to protect our community instead of uphold white supremacy, explain this. I mean, it's only 9 seconds, but you can see the cops taking selfies with the terrorists here. This is how they feel.
yeah, Erica retweeted something a little while ago that says something similar. It was, fascism is imperialism turned inward. Liberals encourage this sort of violence when inflicted on the global south, yet are shocked when it shows up at home.
Yeah, Erica been on fire. She's been on fire recently.
Yeah, I put that in the Discord.
I do miss a few people like
this
Erica and everything.
this situation is literally what the United States cheers on in other countries. When it happens at home, like when it happens here, it's like, how could you? How could you?
Oh no! Why are the leopards eating my face?
So Dover Film on my Twitter. I think I know who that is if I'm thinking of the right person on Twitter. Said, imagine if leftist progressives stormed the Capitol actually demanding something. Politicians feel too comfortable. We should be fined for things like Medicare fraud, a $2,000 stimulus, minimum wage, and erasing college debt. And this just show how fucking stupid the American people are. Because you have very necessity that we need to have done. Like, a lot of these Trumpers, a lot of these right-wingers, do you think all of them are well off? I guarantee you, there's some people that protest on Capitol Hill that are going through financial hardship. So, meanwhile, on the left, we actually worry about our living conditions. Meanwhile, they're protesting, they're throwing it all on the line for Donald Trump? For a game show host? Deeply unserious people. And just know, everything's working as designed, because they know that this is not really a threat to their power. They know it's not. But if we actually, just like Dover Film said, if we actually storm the Capitol building for actual stuff that actually challenge our power, like healthcare, and for our money, like the $2,000 stimulus check, erasing college debt, increase the minimum wage, they, instead of having media coverage of them showing the Capitol building with white supremacists in it, you will just see nothing but media stories of them cleaning up the bodies. It would have been a massacre on a level we've never seen before. We had progressives and leftists storming the Capitol building. Are you kidding me? I mean, I made a very simple observation. Not nothing too big, but anyone was saying it. And the difference between what I say and what other people say is that we all come to agreement, but I reach a different conclusion than a lot of people. So anyone will say, yeah, they just show the police, or they actually take it easy on white people. I literally see some liberals that are like, yeah, please take it easy on white people. Okay, so why do you want to give them more money? How can you be against defund the police if you acknowledge that they are a white supremacist institution? So the difference between me and what other people, I say you are complicit if you are not for defund the police today. So if you're one of the people that are like, oh, look how racist our police system is if that is your line of attack right now, but you still oppose defund the police, you are complicit and you are not our friend. You are not our friend. Because this is a question I want people to ask themselves. Because we have a two-tiered law enforcement. based on how they treat Black Lives Matter and how they treat MAGA and the right-wing protesters and extremists. Well, terrorists. I don't want to call them protesters. They're terrorists. How do you have reforms that stop this two-layered system of law enforcement? Don't worry, I'll wait. I'll wait for you to explain to me what fucking reforms. So I'm mad. I'm very mad. What fucking reforms can we implement that stops them from having a two-tier, like, so when they decide to use actual poison gas on Black Lives Matter, when they actually use rubber bullets on us, but they didn't use it on them, when you see how they approach the situation, how do you reform your way out of that? And this is the point I always make. I don't know why people who even on side defund the police take these people seriously. Because I want everyone to know that the critics of defund the police are deeply unserious people. We are surrounded by deeply unserious people on the political climate. And that's why I don't apologize for my tweets. People are like, oh man, you go ham on your tweets. I don't apologize for none of this shit. Because of the left, we are the only group, the progressive left, even the left I disagree with. I even throw them a bone, put them part of this group. We are the only people that are actually fucking serious about politics. Only ones. We are surrounded by a group of cultists who, no matter what happens, they will defend their team. One group of cultists is literally trying to overthrow the fucking Capitol because their person lost. You have another group of cultists who are largely supportive of banning fracking. Then Kamala Harris and Joe Biden at a debate said, oh, I don't think we should ban fracking. And then the number of people that support banning fracking drops by 30%. That's the Democratic Party. Liberals, the good guys. They fall in line for fracking because their fucking cult leaders say it's okay. And people wonder why, oh, you go so hard on the politicians. You go so hard on the ruling class. I go hard on these people because everyone's deeply unserious. And my account, my YouTube page, is supposed to be a wake-up call. If you're one of the people that upset me because I called out the progressive base because they're a fucking chicken shit and they don't want to do a revolution, trust me, there are a lot of people melting down at that right now. At my tweet, I even looked at my mentions in an hour? God knows what it look like now. But if you're one of the people that melting down with me saying that, why don't you get your fucking head in the game and be serious about this shit? Because they mad because I said that because they know I actually hit a very sensitive. I really hit something that's very sensitive to them. Because they knew that they were fucking cosplaying as revolutionaries. And then I called them out for being cosplay revolutionaries. Oh, socialism is so toxic. That's how it is. I'm sorry, but the progressive movement as we know it for the last 5 years have left people behind. Me and one of my family, we are one of the people that got left behind. If you're on TYT, if you got great health insurance, if you're privileged, you didn't get left behind. So our level of rage will not be the same. This is what I don't know how many times I gotta say this how many times I gotta say this to the privileged left. We literally fight different battles. We fight different the people that was against forced to vote. We were fighting two different battles because you got fucking health insurance. You know you'll be okay. So yes, it's a long shot, but any way in which we can pay off the investment that we made in the last 5 years, because people understand that's an investment. You got poor people donating to the squad. You got poor people donating to the progressive movements. So how are we beyond the pale when a single mother who barely afford health care, she donates money to AOC, and when she wants AOC not to vote for Nancy Pelosi, so how are we out of line for demanding that? Now I'm getting a little off track here, but you guys know my greater overall point was that a lot of people on the left, we're not on the same goddamn page. Sorry, I ran too goddamn long. Anything you guys don't add? I'm super behind on comments too. I'm adjusting. Good. I am adjusting to my channel growing. I told you guys that we doing big things this year. I only started streaming in September, so I still learn how to do this shit. So I appreciate. I'm sorry that I missed some of you guys' comments, but I'm gonna get to them. Someone said Erica is so right. Yeah, Erica's usually always on point. They don't treat black bodies the same. Nope. Boot to the head said, well, this country was built for the rich white landowners on the backs of slaves. So yeah, checks out. Yep. That's what the police is doing. I want you guys to realize, I mean, people who watch my stream all the time hear me say this. The cops are literally only designed as a system to protect racial hierarchies. And it never, ever existed in any other way other than that. Because Why do I say? Actually, before I get to this next round, I'm gonna let people know because policing. I'm gonna say discussing the history of policing and why it was always used to uphold racial hierarchies. You know what I found funny throughout the course of the election? The fake left, the liberals who quoted Angela Davis. They'll quote Angela Davis. Like, oh, she said she voted for Biden, so you should too. What I'm saying is what I got from Angela Davis. So I don't want. So if you're one of the people that believe we still should fund cops, I don't want to hear you ever say shit. I don't ever want to hear you mention Angela Davis ever again, because she wrote an amazing paper debunking literally all the liberal smears, which none of them read, by the way. It's funny. All the black women that were propping up Angela Davis because she said she wouldn't vote for our oppressors, Joe Biden, they was dead silent when it comes to this. There's never been a point in policing in which it does and what liberals and conservatives have done. You guys realize that, right? Anyone watching, you guys realize that there has never been a point in time where cops did what they're saying they do right now. The cops started as a slave patrol. They literally have factions in England that created the police that we know it now, and that was used to crack down on disenfranchised classes in England. That's how we got the idea, and then we started implementing on slave patrols. And then there was some law enforcement, not all of them, because most of them focused on policing people of color. But there was actually some law enforcement that was developed in the 1800s that was not only designed to crack down on slave patrol, it was supposed to uphold law and order. And you guys know what happened? You guys know what happened during that? They was deeply ineffective. They were deeply corrupt. Everyone knows the days of the outlaws in the Wild Wild West. That is possible because you have law enforcement that are supposed to be in charge of policing the communities, but they will take bribes from outlaws. They took bribes from criminals, and there wasn't anything that really stopped them from happening. So even if you look at policing when it first started, it was always deeply ineffective. So in the 1800s, they were paid off by gangs, they were paid off by outlaws, and then what they did, the police as we know it back then, was a Puritan police. So what the police would actually do, they would check on women to make sure they're still virgins. They will solve disputes when like, oh, you stole my chicken. Like, so they will make sure people. Hold on, let me get back on here. Yeah, I'm back. Another thing they focused on back when police first started, they was acting as a Puritan police. I think that's why I got caught up. They will make sure that people didn't commit gay acts. They will policing sexuality. They will make sure that women didn't sleep with other men. That they wasn't being unfaithful. So there was never a point in which police actually stopped crime. It never existed at any time in human history. But what's the talking point you hear from liberals class and the conservatives? We gotta have cops to stop crime. I want you guys to understand, people watch my page, that never been the case. Even before the 1800s. The law enforcement they have right now is largely based on the church. Once again, Puritan police. So the church had their version of the police force to make sure people will follow in the Bible, follow in their religion. So my question to these people who, once again, I say defund police critics are deeply unserious. If you are a critic of defund police, the onus is on you, not me. The onus is on you to point out when in history has police ever worked the way you guys designed it to work. Where in the world does it work the way you guys say it's going to work? Because one of the things they always talk about before, I'll let you chime in here very soon. One thing they said, we should reform the police. We should reform the cops. This is what we would do. This is the best way forward. Okay, let's take a look at good reforms. Like, once again, I'm for a defund, but what's a good reform? A good reform is literally disarming police. That's what people do all across the country, all in the world, and in other countries. The police don't have guns. The liberal class is not even for the most basic reform. The most basic reform is taking their gun away. They're not even for that. And once again, I'm to the left of that. But I will at least admit that disarming police is a good starting point. I will at least admit that. They can't. The people that talk about reform, they can't even get to that point. And people treat them as anything other than deeply unserious. Because that's what they are. I think I cut someone off. You guys have anything you want to add before I get to some more comments here?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that people need to recognize that there is a difference between law enforcement and law prevention and crime prevention.
Yes.
Law enforcement means that you're enforcing the laws that are present after a crime has been committed. Yes. Police do not prevent crime.
Exactly.
They only enforce the laws that are present that have been violated. So therefore, to say that a police officer prevents crime is actually silly because that's not even their title.
Exactly.
That's right.
Amen, brother. Amen. Roasting.
All facts.
So beautifully said.
Let me get to some of the other comments. I'm so sorry I missed all the comments. Like, so I'm still adjusting to this new audience I've been privileged with. So let me get some more here. Yeah, Julio, sorry if I say your name wrong, on YouTube says some people will never understand the harm of the police and the police state. The comment just got deleted, but I know what he was saying. He said, no, the people who don't really know are the people who've never been affected. Like, the leftists who don't put defund the police as a top priority, or the people who they will join the liberal class when it comes to concern trolling, defund the police. That's exactly the kind of people that you're talking about. The people who are not affected by this fascist police state that we live under. Same thing with all issues. The people who have health care, they're less likely to want to do any direct action it takes to fight for health care. The people who, well, you can just fill in the blank with any of these issues. I mean, because my thing is, I think the left needs more solidarity. I talk about this on my show all the time. Will I be messed with by ICE? Is there a chance that ICE might fuck with me? It's very low. Very low. Let's be real. But I cover ICE and I cover the stories all the time. I cover foreign policy. I cover war crimes all the time. Even though I'm most likely not going to be affected. Because how can I be a young black man who wants to be a revolutionary, but I stay silent on the ills of others? How can you call yourself a leftist, but you stay silent on the ills of others? How can you call yourself a leftist or progressive, but you call the oppression of other people in their communities a lesser evil? That's the point I was making earlier. The people, when I look at Biden and his record and how he destroyed the black community, if I was to say Joe Biden was the lesser of two evils, that's self-hate. I hope you guys realize that. That's self-hate. Because what you're saying that crimes done against your community inherently has less value than crimes done against other communities. I hope you guys realize that. That's why I always say it's very, very healthy to hate your oppressors. Hating your oppressors is self-love. Because if you don't hate your oppressors, you're telling yourself that people that go against you and people that go against your community, not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. Meanwhile, why do people freak out about Trump? White liberals, they freak out about Trump because Trump actually started affecting their life. They actually started affecting what they had to go through. So now all of a sudden, Trump is the biggest enemy of the state. And in a lot of cases, they did affect them, but it was the illusion that things are getting worse. And that's when, we got to do whatever we can to get them out. Meanwhile, me and Jackie said, just another Tuesday for us. It's just another Tuesday. What were you about to say, Meg?
And Jackie's in the chat. I envy me. She just posted a link to a tweet by Rex Chapman, and it's of police escorting MAGA down the steps of the Capitol. And it's so gross.
Yeah, let me get some. Let me find some links in the comments. So I've been missing some of this here. Yeah, I think I haven't even placed that. This is the Rex Chapman one here.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, so you guys are getting my live reaction here. Come on, if I can copy it right. Let me see the shit livery.
Just step away for a minute. I'll be back.
Yeah, go ahead. I haven't ate today yet either. I got my energy drink here though. Cause I didn't play on the stream today. And I want to show. Like you see this? This is the smoke alarm that everyone always complain about. This right here. People didn't believe me when I said the shit's broken. I want someone to explain to me how did I take this shit off, but you guys still hear the beeping. How did that work? I put this on and it still ain't broke. So I want to address that. Yeah, no, this is a new battery and everything. Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck that is about. I appreciate A1. I appreciate A1 who grins and bear it, but I get complaints every once in a while. But I am working on fixing that. That's why I haven't been live in the last few days. I'm trying to get this shit fixed. I'm trying to get a studio. I'm shooting in my goddamn living room. See, that's my window door right there. All that. So I appreciate you guys that watch me. If you enjoy this content, please follow, subscribe. I always see a lot of people following on Twitch. I saw a few subscriptions. I'm sorry I couldn't give you guys a shout out, but I definitely appreciate it. It definitely helps out a lot because my New Year's resolution, I'm pretty open about it, is I want to gain legitimacy as a citizen journalist, as an independent journalist. So a lot of people, I'm blessed with a lot of great followers on Twitter, but I feel like I don't have that era of legitimacy yet. That's the reason why I'm not invited to talk to people at the People Party and whenever they have force of votes, and that's why I'm not necessarily invited to that stuff. But this year, 2020 was my breakout year. Went from like 2,000 followers to where I am now. So 2020 was my breakout year. 2021 is the year I gained legitimacy. And you guys see a lot of stuff I have planned, like my actual on-the-field reporting, if we can get this COVID situation cleared up. So yeah, I appreciate the views I have right now and the people that are engaging. It's only going to get better. I just want to point this out because I want you guys to know that I have not been ignoring this. And I appreciate all people who've been watching this, despite you guys hear my alarm, or my smoke alarm acting up. So let me get to some. Oh yeah, post the Rex Chapman tweet. Super nice. This 12 minutes ago. Holy shit, dude! What?
After this, Biden's gonna be calling for unity with these same people who are storming the Capitol.
That is definitely what's gonna happen.
He can take his unity and shove it up his demented ass.
Okay.
Just watch. He'll be like, "We need to unite with these people. They're also Americans." It's like, fuck off. He's gonna say that.
I don't know. I'm not attacking Rex Chapman. Not at all. This is not what I'm trying to say, or anyone who's liking this tweet. But this is my point I'm making earlier. The only difference between me and other people is the conclusion we come make. If you see this, because what he said super nice to that cop to help a MAGA terrorist down the steps of the Capitol. Are you kidding me? Once again, I'm not attacking this guy. But if you see this and you don't come with the conclusion that we should defund the police, you're complicit. Like, how can you see how fucking racist our cops? Like, I get mad. I'm sorry. I gotta relax. But I get really mad when I see this shit. How do you see this and then not come to the conclusion that we should fund cop more? It doesn't make any sense to me. Because anyone seeing the video, let me bitch screen it, just so you guys see it, just so you guys get a better view of it. But yeah, this is the cop right here, helping the Trump MAGA lady down the stairs. And I really wish I can pull up all these clips on top of my head. But I remember very clearly, I've been traumatized by this. I remember very clearly an older black woman being knocked on the ground on the hard concrete because she was trying to get the cops to stop beating one of the protesters. Like I said, I really wish I could find that clip. I saw it months ago. It was in the summer. So the chance of me finding it is very slim. But my point is, I want you guys to compare the elderly black woman who got knocked to the ground because she was simply trying to stop the cops from beating someone up to how they were literally treating terrorists. This is literally how they're treating terrorists.
And then there was also that, like, 75-ish, I don't remember, year old white guy who got shoved to the ground by the cops.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Happening to stand in a certain spot, I guess.
So you guys can see me tweet this
I'm not
live.
even sure if he ever recovered from that.
Yeah, what happened to him?
I think he did.
I don't know. I don't know how the story ended. You guys see me tweet him last time. I said, if you aren't for defunding the police after seeing this,
well, that's another thing. Like,
shit. Then
all the liberals are like, "Oh, defund the police is such a harmful slogan." It's like, all right, I got a better one for you. How about abolish?
You know the funny thing is? The funny thing is they say defund the police harms Democrats down ballot, but Kelly Loeffler smeared Raphael Warnock as someone who's gonna be defund the police. This is literally what they believe. She attacked him constantly for his quotes regarding the military, regarding the police, which I don't think was even real. Like I didn't follow close to that race that much, but they painted Raphael Warnock as someone who wanted to defund the police, and he won. So wow, it's almost like defund the police doesn't hurt you down ballot. It's almost like Kamala Harris and Joe Biden hurt Democrats down ballot. Wow, shocking, isn't it? Very, very shocking. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, there's a lot of people that are realizing that Democrats and Republicans are the same people. Just one of them is more open about who they are.
Amen. Amen.
What do you guys think of like the squad? Like Cori Bush is she put out an amendment, or she's doing something in Congress where she wants to impeach Republican senators and Congress people who back this. And then there's another one where I think it's Ilhan Omar. She's putting out something where she wants President Trump to be impeached again. So
yeah, impeach Trump. Yeah.
We talked about the Trump impeachment thing like right at the beginning. Like, it's pointless political theater. He's going to be out in 2 weeks. Who cares? The other Republicans, I'm fine with though. Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying, but I think
agreed.
I get what you're saying 100%, but I think during this time, even people like Mitch McConnell are saying, you know what, fuck it, just get the fuck out. We're done. So I think at that point that could possibly happen.
I don't think
on how worse things get.
I don't think it would hit the Senate in time for it to remove him sooner than January 20th anyway. So.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It's 2 weeks. I don't think it's.
But yeah, I agree that Cori Bush, what she's trying to do, I agree with that.
Yeah,
like if they're going to be inciting, if they're basically inciting treason, then yeah, they should be removed.
Yeah, I mean it's literally conspiracy and sedition.
But I guess like my concern is that, like the Department of Defense, like they refused to deploy the National Guard, and so then the state of Virginia had to deploy their National Guard at the state level to the Capitol building. So think about it: the Department of Defense that we give billions of dollars to can't secure the Capitol building, yet another state with their own National Guard had to be deployed to defend the Capitol.
Well, I also saw.
I mean, I don't know if you saw that video, but there's a video going around that the Capitol Police, they didn't breach the barrier; they let them in.
I saw they let them in.
Yeah, there's a lot of
what? I'm while y'all guys talking, I'm going through Twitter trying to find some of these clips. Someone posted this just so you guys can have comparison. Damn, too bad it's Washington Post. But I can play it. I can show it real quick. But this story that IMV shared, I think this black woman who was killed. See, I'm mad. I got the headline was cut off. But pretty much she drove. Damn, I'm mad. Washington Post.
She drove to a checkpoint, did a U-turn, and then got shot for it.
Yeah. So this is how they treat black women who get anywhere near the Capitol. They just slaughter them with no question asked. Meanwhile, white women get very politely walked down the stairs. I just want to share that. Like I said, I'm still going through. I appreciate everyone who leaving very informative comments and all that stuff because we going through this together. That's why I have a lot of fun on the streams because we can kind of go through. Like whenever I don't have like a planned show, we can kind of go through these crazy news together. I see a lot of people message me about Rob saying he's a piece of shit. Oh well, I'm moving on. I said what I said, but I see.
Waiting for 6 p.m. Eastern. It's gonna be funny.
This is Ilhan's tweet I just saw. Like I said, I'm literally just scrolling the timeline. I think this is what you guys are talking about regarding impeachment. I am drawing up articles of impeachment. Donald J. Trump should be impeached by the House of Representatives and moved by office by the United States Senate. We cannot allow him to remain in office as a matter of preserving our republic, and we need to fulfill our oath. So my only thing is because I don't know what the left feels about this right now, but I'm not mad at her for doing this. I just think it shows hypocrisy. If her job as a congressman, Bernie Sanders' role as senator is different than our roles. We acknowledge that. So if you're a congressman, if you're a senator, you must call for impeachment right now. Like that's my opinion. I don't know how anyone feel about that, but you must call for impeachment. But if you believe that, but you don't believe that we should call for a vote for Medicare for all to have a House floor vote in the middle of a pandemic, how can you not see the ideological inconsistency there? So that's the only thing I gotta say regarding this. So I'm not mad she's doing it. Like someone had to do it. Like a lot of people are happy that she's doing it, and obviously I think they obviously went so far. But how can you do this but not fight for Medicare for all? How can you do this, but you don't fight against Nancy Pelosi?
There's much more important things that need to be focused on now.
Yeah, this is a waste.
Be out in 2 weeks. Like,
yeah, this is
those
a fucking waste.
$2,000 checks, Medicare for all, increased unemployment benefits. You know, the list goes on and on. Not impeaching some guys who be out in 2 weeks anyway.
So the reason why the squad is
there are
doing
people about to go.
What was that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, the reason why the squad's actually doing it, that's actually the easy part. It's easy because corporate Democrats, establishment Democrats, and some Republicans now are going to say, you know what, fuck this. Like, this is too much. We can't defend this shit, because if we defend the MAGA, okay, then the apolitical independent voters will fucking hate us. And then if we don't defend MAGA, then we can get fucking primaries. So it's a lose-lose for them. That's what's funny about it. So even even Mitch McConnell say, look, Joe Biden's the president-elect, yada, yada, yada. And so I think this is why they can do it, because now the floodgates are open and it's actually easier for them to do so.
Amen.
The problem is they still have the wall known as Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah. I mean, people are about to go homeless, and we're worrying about whether or not Donald Trump should be impeached.
Not even paying attention usually politics. Now they're like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
The Trump supporters in Nancy Pelosi's office, literally sitting at her desk.
With her email still open, by the way.
Desk.
The emails are still open. Like, they probably got a bunch of dirt.
No, that's her staffer's desk. That's not Nancy Pelosi's actual desk.
Oh,
that's
it's her staffer's desk. Oh.
Yeah.
He's still
Police opened the fucking gates? What?
Yes,
I missed that. I missed that.
Yeah, they straight up just let him in.
There's no, like, I'm just now getting some of the links you guys put in. Keep it up. Keep it coming, because you guys are teaching me about what the hell's going on.
Okay.
This is the video of them opening the gates right here. Quick video.
Wait, one dude even stole the speaker podium? What the fuck?
Yeah, there's people that had pictures on the Senate floor, like, all the way at the podium and everything. It's nuts.
Did you guys see that?
They're just like, let them.
America KKK is trending.
Yeah.
America is trending. Dude, there's so much shit. I need to get some. I was trying to get some more people to shoot a fucking zombie. So I guess I was right. Like, bro, the Republican Party, as we know, is fucked, because there's a right wing civil war. So not only they got this PR problem to deal with, there's a right wing civil war going on led by Ned Fuentes or whatever, and they are literally tanking Republicans and tanking their chances. So I'm like, I wasn't done down this hill, but man, I guess I was right, because Republican Party. Am I wrong? Like, I promise if I tweet that, people got mad. I tweet that at the time, people got mad at me for saying that. But I'm like, bro, how am I wrong though? I literally said, if we willing to take 4 years, we can survive 4 years. The Republican Party is gonna eat itself, and that's exactly what happened.
I mean, you're exactly right. It's like I said earlier. You know, if you're a Republican politician, you are fucked. You know why? Because if you side with MAGA, all your apolitical and independent voters who don't pay attention to politics but show up every 2 weeks, they're gonna remember this shit. They're not gonna vote for you. But if you don't side with MAGA, they're gonna primary you. Eric Trump just literally said on TV, if you're a Republican politician, congressman, or senator, and if you do not back President Trump, we will primary you.
Yep.
And then you got fucking Rudy Giuliani out there saying that he's willing to duel for the death for Trump, trial by combat. Like, what? It's literally craziness. So no sane person is going to be in the Republican Party.
Speaking of that trial by combat thing, I'm volunteering.
This is some Game of Thrones shit right here.
Put me in.
The world is on fire right now.
We are live.
But anyway, I kind of disagree with thinking that the Republican Party is done now, because you do have to take into account. You have to take into account that Congress generally tends to go away from the president, like whatever party the president is. Usually, the midterms go the other way. So I really, and we Democrats actually lost some seats in the House, which is discouraging. And then in 2 years, like, we could lose the House very easily. Pelosi did it the first time under Obama. She's about to do it again, I think.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question. So, in 2018, it was a backlash against Trump. 2016, MAGA came over and won a lot of congressional seats. So, what faction of the Republican Party is going to take over and beat the Democrats? Is it the establishment of Republicans since the 70s? Is it MAGA? Like, what new politician?
I think it's MAGA. entirely. I don't think they're ever going back to any sort of established. Look at these crazy people. They will never give up for any reason. This is like a Tea Party on steroids.
Someone left a good comment. Someone said the squad should be heavily pushing. I'm sorry I missed who said it because the comment literally just got deleted. But he said that the squad should be having a massive rallying cry for defunding the police right now. Like,
yeah, they're not going to.
This is horrific. You guys been following my timeline, but this has been the best PR for defund the police I've seen since the George Floyd protest. I mean, I'm looking at my timeline right now, and literally the most milquetoast neoliberals are looking at the cops like, what the fuck? They're not actually going to do anything about it. Trust me, they won't. But they are looking at this situation right now and like, shit. I mean, this is like they're probably arguably one of the worst PR I've seen the cops got in a long time because of failure to maintain the white supremacists here. So I think the squad. I don't know who stuff that is. They were looking at this situation right now like, oh, y'all hear my echo. That's throwing me off.
Yeah, that's why whoever this is. Why?
Yeah, I just muted them because.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. What was I just saying? Oh yeah, because right now is the time to push for defund the police. Like all my defund the police tweets right now are blowing up. Like the liberal bubble that we're not influential enough to pop. It's popping after what they've seen today. Look, the tweet I made live just now. 16 like I literally tweeted this live on there that you guys saw 14 minutes ago. Already got 700 likes because I quote tweeted Rex Chapman. I said, I mean, he acting like he disgusted by this, but I'm literally simple. Like, if you're out for defund the police after seeing this stupid shit, then you are complicit. So this is the time where everyone. I mean, I know there's a lot going on right now. They're not my concern. I mean, I don't have the power to stop this from happening anyway. So we might as well advance progressive ideas. We might as well continue to spread these ideas. So as I posted, and this blowing the fuck up, 14 minutes, 700 likes. If you're not from defund the police, I don't even want to hear you pretend to be outraged about this. Like you literally just virtue signaling, and I hate that term. I promise you. I think the virtue signaling is the most overused term in politics. But what other you saw I paused there for a second because I literally can't think of any other way to describe it. Because if you're one of the people that's gasping at what they see what the cops doing right now, but you're like, we still should give them money. What? You're doing nothing but virtual signaling. Because look at it.
Yeah, I know people that are actually making the argument, to me anyway, that we need to fund the cops more so we have better training for them. As if we don't give them like billions of dollars. Their training doesn't fix this.
Exactly. That's a question I swear to God, I want someone to answer this question so goddamn bad. They won't. They'd rather block me or whatever. But if you are for reforming the police, how does reforming the police stop the two-tiered justice system that we're living under right now? What training can you give these cops that'll force them to treat Black Lives Matter protests the same way that they treat the right-wing fascists? Like the lady being helped down the stairs. There's nothing you can do in training that'll make them treat that old man that we were talking about who got his head busted like this. There's nothing that training can do that'll make them treat that black woman I was talking about like this. There's nothing that you can train. You can't train this away. There's nothing that you can do to reform this away. And people right now, they look at the situation like, damn, I can't believe how our law enforcement is broken. I can't believe it. And I'm like, this is what I've been telling you guys ever since the summer.
People have been screaming this for decades.
Yes. And I've been vocal about this shit. I'm like, bro, people are like, oh, you're crazy. I'm like, bro, the police are designed to protect white supremacy. That's what they do. They've always been an occupying force to establish racial hierarchies. And now you see how they treat white terrorists versus how they treat protesters who was literally just wanted not to be killed by the police. Like that was our demand. Stop killing us. Please stop killing us. Cops, please stop doing that. They fucked us up.
You were just asking for too much.
Jackie's in the house.
Yes, she is.
Yeah,
Jackie's in the
house.
It's a miracle my stream been holding up so far, but so far the stream quality is so good. So we got the whole squad here. So Jackie, since you're here, what's your thoughts on everything that we've been talking about for the last hour and 20 minutes? I'll give you the floor.
My thoughts.
Just do your thing.
I knew this shit was gonna happen when it came down to Biden and Trump. I thought, okay, if Biden gets elected, Trump's people aren't going to sit back and let that happen. They're going to do some shit. Some shit is going to happen. Knew that immediately. And I also knew that Biden wasn't really going to do shit about it. But what he was going to do was use the fact that they did some shit to be far more authoritarian and fascist against the left, which is what's coming next.
Yep.
That's what's coming next.
Yeah, I 100% agree with
Definitely.
that. It's terrible, because the thing is, like, if Trump wins, then he's going to just try to just crush the left the same way Hitler did. And if Biden gets back into power, he'll use this to implement something as horrible as the Patriot Act or the crime bill. That's he pretends it's for the right. It pretends for maggots, but it's actually to target the left more than the right. And it's really disheartening. Like, the left needs to rise up.
Yeah.
If they don't fight back, something horrible is coming for them.
Holy shit, hold up. Matt, my boy Matt, good guy politics. I want someone in the comments to confirm this for me. Matt just said, holy shit, CBS actually just blamed Black Lives Matter for tiring out the police force this summer.
What?
Are you kidding? I think they found the clip. I think they found the clip. I think they found the clip. Here it is.
That's funny.
Oh, please post that.
Are you fucking
Please.
kidding me?
Frankly, have put up with a lot of this over the past year, whether it's...
I mean, why not?
Hold on. Let me hear what they're saying.
Tip our hats to the DC
Man, I'm
police
trying to
and
wait for
firefighters
another, like, 2
over
weeks.
the
Or
past year.
2 hours, rather, to start drinking.
Pro
This isn't
anti-Trump
helping.
supporters.
Hold up. Let's listen to this. Let me hear what they said. Let's hear what they said.
And we should tip our hats to the DC police, who frankly have put
We should tap. I can't believe this. Like, this is insane propaganda. They said we should tip our hats to the DC police. I'm only 4 seconds in, by the way. Tip your hats out to the DC police by allowing white supremacists to take the Capitol. What? All right, let me finish the 16-second clip before I pause it.
And we should tip our hats
Oh,
to
you-
the DC
you hear that
police, who
they,
frankly
the
have put
MAGA-
up
Oh, wait.
this year, whether it's pro or anti-Trump supporters, the Black Lives Matter protests that were held. This is a police force that has been worn pretty thin and worked pretty hard.
Dude, that is very subtle, but that's definitely what they just said. That is definitely what they just said. What you about to say, RJ?
I said, MAGA, they also stormed the Kansas State House, too.
They stormed the can. Dude, so this happened in multiple
And,
areas.
I think Washington as well. Like, Washington State.
Holy shit. The left. I'm sorry, like, this kind of shit that pisses people off, but bro.
Oh, wait, no, sorry, not Washington State, but they are out there. The Georgia one is the other one.
Why the right
I
wing?
heard that they're doing some shit in Sacramento, too.
Yeah,
Why?
I heard
Yeah,
that.
LA as well. Los
Yeah, there's
Angeles.
all sorts of protests, but, like, actually storming the buildings, I'm saying.
Why are the right wing so much
This is
better
crazy.
at organizing than we are?
Because they know the cops aren't going to shoot them.
Yeah, that's
If we
it.
try this shit, we're all getting shot.
And actually, if the cops didn't target us,
I literally can't believe this. This is
just
insane.
like they don't target the maggots, then we would safely be carrying out a revolution right now. Like, we have way more strategizing and planning to do, but like,
Okay, who
Cops
set the
are targeted-
precedent for the cops targeting us? Come on.
of course, Reagan, Biden, all those fucking idiots. Like,
It wasn't
I suspect that,
Trump.
like, what
I mean, he did it too, but he didn't start it. He didn't start the fire.
slavery.
Just saying.
He just
Same.
poured gasoline on it.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. That is exactly what Trump did. Trump didn't start anything. He just, he didn't ever lit the match. He just added a little unleaded. That's what he did.
I
Is
was
it
saying,
good?
can we
Hell no.
Can
He
we?
didn't start the fire.
I think we may be good now. Just make sure we all. There we go. I think everyone adjusted properly right when I'm about to say something. But just because we got a lot of people, like somehow my stream is managing, but we just gotta make sure that everyone has their video off. As long as everyone just go on mic, I think I can keep this going. But yeah, sorry to be interrupting you guys for saying that. But Katie Harper made a good point regarding the difference a couple months ago. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like super behind on all the comments. There's a lot of great. Let's see what Katie Harper said. Let's see what this says here. I'm gonna look at my timeline. My timeline is quite literally actually on fire right now. There's so much information being spread right now. Let me see what you share, and then we can do some live reaction to what we see.
I'm just waiting for 2 more minutes when the curfew goes into effect. I'm just watching all these cops standing there.
Oh, see, look, that's a great tweet by Katie
Oh
Harper.
shit! Some just came up on my tablet. MAGA rioters of journalists are now actively destroying media equipment.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Why?
They actively destroying media equipment?
Yeah,
Woo.
they're actually destroying media equipment.
Woo.
I'm shocked.
Did you guys hear that MAGA also called Fox News fake news? You guys hear that?
Oh yeah, Fox News created a beast they can't get back. But this is what Katie Hopper, this is what she was replying to.
Yeah, I was trying to find that.
They was comparing June 2020 versus January 2021. Look at the difference. This is how they respond to people demanding that black people don't get shot. Look at this. Now look at the comparison. They literally inside how. This is what I'm saying. Like, if you're not for defund the police at this point, the results should be enough to spell it out for you. So the cops, they were trying to be buddy. They were trying to take selfies with the white supremacists. They were trying to win them over, and that shit wasn't working. And now they lost the Capitol building at the end of the day, and that's because of their incompetence. So, it's really, like, this is the biggest mask off moment for our law enforcement I've seen for a very, very long time. I mean, obviously we got black people getting killed, but for some reason liberals don't really care about that. But now that they see, I mean, it should have been obvious. I hate making excuses for these motherfuckers, but now they're actually seeing the cops are literally teaming up with white supremacists that are trying to start a coup, and the fact that the Pentagon hesitated. Like I said, I don't know what the follow up is. You guys can let me know. But the Pentagon didn't even put troops there when requested. So how can you see our institutions failing this badly and continue to prop them up? So I tweeted, like, defund the Pentagon, defund the police. If you're not for these things, you're complicit. I don't want to hear you pretending you're outraged. I don't want to hear this virtual state. I don't want to hear none of this shit. Because if you're not for the actual solutions that will stop this from happening, you're deeply unserious. I don't know what else you guys want me to say. Let me see what comments did I miss in here. I missed a ton.
Completely unrelated, but that woman that got shot earlier died like 10 minutes ago.
Oh no!
Wait, what?
Thank you for all the follows, guys. Keep it coming.
There's a woman that got. She was part of the rioters, and she tried breaching the line and got shot.
Oh my goodness!
And she was in critical condition for a while, but yeah, she died.
Don't meet her. I mean, this is a very classic quote that they are pointing out here. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I am not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. That's fair. That's a very legendary quote, but it does not apply more in this situation right now. Because people think I'm unhinged because I challenge our institutions and our failing state, and then the state fails and they will act surprised. I'm like, bitch, I've been telling you guys this. I've been telling you guys that our institutions are inherently fascist and emboldens white supremacy. And then they see it happen in real time, and now they're shocked. I'm like, if only you guys listen to the socialists who've been warning you guys about this. If only.
Hey,
shocked in your face.
Hey, Nick, let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it Thomas Jefferson who said dissension is the highest form of patriotism?
Yep.
Yeah, he also wanted the Constitution rewritten every, I think it was 19 years or something like that. How'd that work out?
Yeah, I mean,
maybe it's just me, but I see Nick as a patriot. So, hey.
Yeah, I said that before. There's quite literally nothing more patriotic, nothing more wholesome, I should say, than taking out your oppressors, than holding your government accountable, make sure your neighbors are accounted for. Mm-hmm. So right wingers, they'll be like, "Oh, we're a patriot. We are the true patriots of this country." How are you a patriot if you are willing to allow your neighbor to die because they can't afford health care? Someone explain to me where's the patriotism in that? I don't know
capitalist patriotism, Nick. Duh.
Yeah, as long as the capitalists making money, that's when you're a patriot. That's what they truly believe. I don't know. I literally
patriotism means you are patriotic to the almighty dollar.
Yep.
So fuck your neighbors. It's about money.
We don't have any religious people in this country. People say they're religious. They say they worship God.
Yeah, it's not.
You don't worship God. You worship money. You worship you worship the capitalist state. That's what you do. And once again, I got a neighbor that lives. I got a neighbor. I barely know any of my neighbors that live next to me. But if they get sick, I went there to get health care. I don't know the guy that I passed on the stop sign. I don't know the guy I saw in the grocery store. But I want them to have health care. So, at the end of the day, even though I hate our state and our institutions, a country is literally just a formation of people. And if I want the people to be taken care of, how can you be more patriotic than that? This is like, you honestly bring up stuff like this. People I always talk about how I'm able to convert right wingers and how I'm able to outflank conservatives. Use their rhetoric. I don't know why people on the left, they are so hesitant on using rhetoric of their enemies and rivals. But I will straight up talk to a conservative. I'm like, bro, I outflank you on family values. I guarantee you that. I outflank you on small government. I guarantee you that. Because what's more family values than making sure that your aunt has health care? What's more family values than making sure that your mom has health care? What's more family values than making sure that a member of your family makes a living wage? What's more family values for your kid being able to go to school without breaking your bank? I literally will spell these arguments out to conservatives, and they will pivot. Or they, like a lot of them, like honestly, I tell people this all the time. I actually have an easier time talking to conservatives than I do the rich, bourgeoisie, Pete Buttigieg, Elizabeth Warren, white liberal supporter. Those are the people who slammed the door in my face in South Carolina. Like when I was in South Carolina, I talked to conservatives. I had some conservatives that was just like kind of honestly curious. They were like, socialism, what? Then I explained to them, they were like, oh, okay, they'll come. I told a story about how I talked to that black conservative. I told a story how I flipped a conservative in South Carolina multiple times. That happens because they have a general curiosity on what you believe. Because once they see a black guy, and they're like, oh, how can you say all this stuff? Because what do partisans do? Whenever you challenge their political beliefs, they immediately deflect to the two-party duopoly. So they're like, okay, how can you call out Trump but you support Barack Obama? Barack Obama did this. Barack Obama did that. Barack Obama did that, but you silence. And usually when they say that's enough to like kind of derail the conversation. Because if you are a Barack Obama supporter and you're attacking Trump for like kids in cages, but Barack Obama did the same thing, what leg do you have to stand on? So I went conservatives over because I'm like, Trump is a piece of shit who don't care about human rights. Well, what about Obama? Okay, well, fuck Obama too. I don't like him either. When I say that, I swear to God, there's like a switch that happened in their head where they become curious. Like, wait. You're black. You don't like Democrats? What?
Exactly.
What do you mean? And I use that angle to flip conservatives all the time, and that's where you see a lot of them a lot more open-minded than the liberal class. I don't remember why we ain't got into this conversation, but I said what I said. Let's go to the comments.
Okay, what
Go ahead, Jackie. Go ahead, Jackie.
He's been here and he's been silent the whole time. Yay! Give us some wisdom.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I agree totally about that whole thing about, leftists and conservatives, because people here in Canada, they're so incredulous, but like far-right media, they're so incredulous when they tell them, hey, I hate Justin Trudeau too. Like, I do hate him. He's only better than the politicians in the U.S. because we have
he like a Canadian Barack Obama, right? For the most part.
Yeah, basically, the big difference, though, is that we have a center-left party that he has to acquiesce to sometimes. So that makes him marginally better only because of the system we have.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree about the thing about leftists and conservatives, because I keep saying that, leftists need to take advantage of this moment, and they need to find common ground with the conservatives who are protesting. I mean, not the grifters who are well off already, but the ones who are there because of economic anxiety. Because if the left doesn't seize the moment, then they will become the targets, whether it's under Trump or under Biden, whether it's Trump rounding up leftists and lumping them with the libs, or whether it's under Biden going and being more authoritarian and specifically trying to shut down the left. We need to seize the moment. We need to fight, and if we need to make alliances with people who are somewhere else on the ideological spectrum but want the same things fundamentally, then so be it.
The folks in Washington just broke through the governor's gate. What? That was Anthony on Twitch just said. I'm finally kind of caught. I'm sorry I couldn't read all of my live, but I read. I'll getting caught up reading the comments. So I'm officially caught up now after being hella behind and having a lot of them deleted. But they broke through the Washington gate. Dude, there's just a ton of... it's almost overwhelming in a way, all the new information that's coming out. What's up, Jay?
Hey, I'm gonna head out right quick.
Yeah, thanks for coming on,
it
bro.
was good being on the stream with you.
CJ, bye bye.
Yeah, and oh, by the way, I'm not sure if I told you, but there is a group of protesters a few blocks away from my house right now.
Yeah.
So they're popping up, from what I can tell, all over the United States and various different cities.
Yeah, someone told me Kansas
geez.
is going off in Kansas too.
Please stay safe. Please stay safe.
Thank you. And,
Stay safe, Jay.
Yeah, thanks. I'm gonna give me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and call it a day.
Little PB and J. Hey, make sure it's grape jelly because strawberry's not jelly. That's jam.
No. I have grape jelly and crunchy peanut butter.
I cannot stress enough how much.
I'm a smooth peanut butter, but I'm with you on the grape jelly. We're good.
All right. Well, we'll compromise on this one.
Oh,
Okay.
Leftists infighting as
See,
usual.
leftists can agree. See, we can get along.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't
bye-bye,
like jam, but that's me.
Bye, Jay.
Bye.
Bye, Jay.
Bye, Jay. See ya.
Bye.
Yeah, I feel horrible because I feel absolutely terrible. Like, I feel really sick inside because, like, unless the left goes and gets their shit together and rises up too and thinks strategically as soon as possible, nothing good is coming for the left. Like,
yeah, I don't like being a doomer, but after seeing how easy progressive fold, I thought the left was really about it. I really thought the left was about it last year.
Well, I think
so that is disheartening. One thing I can say for sure, and this something I cover on my show all the time. I just saw this tweet. I think people. I'll just respond to this in tweet form. I think people have no idea how much RussiaGate has broken the brains of liberal Democrats. Like, you guys see the stream I have. You guys see the tweet I have on my stream real quick. I'm gonna put my I'm gonna read it out. I'll put a link to my stream in my tweet. I'll show you guys what I tweet out. Pretty much, you guys see. I saw that Putin was trending. I saw Russia was trending, and I didn't like. Once again, while I was strolling, while you guys were talking, I didn't necessarily know why, but now I see why. Yeah,
the silver lining is that shit libs are actually they aren't blaming the left right away. Like, I keep forgetting that RussiaGate is a thing, but from what I've seen, most of the shit libs I've seen are blaming Russia more effectively than they're blaming the left. So
kind of unrelated, but
I'm seeing on my timeline that Nick quote tweeted a tweet that had like 4 like RussiaGate tweets.
Before we continue, the stream is playing a bit. Waivu, can you turn your webcam off? Because that's what's doing it.
Yeah. I guess I gotta be the only one on camera, or it'll start lagging. That's why I get.
Yeah, I see that Nick quote tweeted a tweet. That's 4 pictures of like RussiaGate liberal blue check tweets. That they're all saying that's like Putin, and it's like, bro, shut up.
Yeah, Nico retweeted something like that too. That Putin is trending right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this tweet as soon as I get. I'm gonna just put my my stream while I'm doing this segment here. Because
did you guys see the hashtag Italy did it? It was hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's when they were trying to start Italy-gate.
Yeah, so like
I mean,
3 o'clock this morning on Twitter, like all you saw were Italy did it. It was hilarious, and apparently it was regular MAGA, like not blue MAGA this time, because RussiaGate's all blue MAGA, but regular MAGA was saying that Italy stole the election from Trump, and I'm just like, okay, here's what I want. I want an arena style, like MMA style, right? Russia on one side, Italy on the other. Go. Who stole the American election? All the while, it was us. It's coming from inside the house.
I got this on stream, so let's go through this. The original tweet by Red Ryan simply said, "What the hell is wrong with these people?" It's what I've been saying, what's been going on for the Democrat Party ever since 2016 with RussiaGate, like completely shattering their brains, like to the point where you can literally point out objective facts that would debunk the idea of Russian conspiracy theory. I don't know, like the fact that Trump literally started a new Cold War with Russia. That's one, just one of many. The fact that Trump tried to coup countries that Putin is allied with. The fact that he armed Ukrainian rebels. The fact that he literally had the CIA attack Russian financial institution. Oh, don't let these little facts get in your way. They don't let that get in their way. But look at this.
But Nick, clearly that was Russian misinformation.
Oh, yeah, just
clearly.
Yeah. All that, right? And that way, every time you bring that up, whenever you bring up facts, like they literally point out to Russian disenfranchisement. This is what they were saying. Today is a good day for Vladimir Putin. Another one said, this is the day that Vladimir Putin waited for since he had to leave East Germany as a young KGB officer at the end of the Cold War. Yo, this guy said,
I have a question.
yeah. Another.
What is he gonna do with it? So like, oh yay, he let's say this whole Russiagate bullshit was real, okay? Let's say the whole Italygate bullshit was real. So what do they get out of this?
you mean like what they get in terms of pushing Russiagate? Are we asking?
This whole bullshit. These people are stupid. How can anybody believe in this? Okay,
It literally makes no sense to me. It literally
it makes no sense.
They just want to blame anyone that isn't themselves. That's all.
Hey Nick, you gotta turn
Exactly.
your
We
video
are
back
our own worst enemy. We are our own worst enemy. We are tearing ourselves apart. No other country has to do it. We are already doing it to ourselves.
on. Nick, your camera's off.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
like I said, though, I'm just glad that they're blaming Russia instead of like they're blaming Russia more aggressively than they're trying to pin it on BLM or the left. So like,
I love Dometer. I love going on Twitter.com and being called a Putin bot every day. Really makes the life worth living.
do you remember the time there was like a some sort of like Sally Albright bot who
I
put
love
up?
it. I'm sure Putin is smiling about it, but he sure as shit had nothing to do with it. Said Pinky.
No.
Oh yeah. Did you know that the Clintons helped install Putin in the
Makes
first place?
sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know the full story, but that makes about sense.
The amount of liberals that think that Russia is still somehow communist is alarming, though. So they're still
Okay,
trying to
so
blame the left.
We
This
got a
is-
new Trump tweet that he just tweeted out that got censored by Twitter again. I have like
Uh-oh.
no way to share it. So.
Let me just end it with this, and we let's do the Trump tweet. But if anyone don't think that's lunacy, if you're watching this and you don't think this Russiagate shit is lunacy, let me just say this, and we go to the Trump tweet. Vladimir Putin and Russia is not responsible for black people being shot by the police. Russia and Vladimir Putin is not the reason why you didn't get $2,000 stimulus survival checks. Vladimir Putin in Russia is not the reason why 68,000 Americans pre-COVID died because they didn't have health care each year. So if you waste your time talking about Russia this, Russia that, you're being deeply unserious. Go ahead. What was the tweet?
Okay, so Twitter made this so you can't comment, like, or share it. So basically, Trump said, "These are the things and events that happen when a sacred landslide election victory is so unceremoniously and viciously stripped away from great patriots who have been badly and unfairly treated for so long. Go home with love and peace. Remember this day forever."
Yeah, he's telling them to go home, but telling them that the election was fraudulent. And yeah, I'm sure they're gonna go home after you tell them.
Yeah,
that.
talking out of both sides of his mouth.
You know, like the like I'm hoping, like there's a faint hope that if this coup ruined things, that maybe it'll
No, I
wake up.
found the video of the cops letting him in. Did you play that already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
They
cops are
played it.
complicit. This really makes me think that this may be something that they're setting up so that Biden can do something horrible similar to the Patriot Act. Or if it's either that or it's just, the cops going along with it because they want Trump to, so.
Oh wow.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the streams in DC right now where all the cops are still lined up 17 minutes after curfew, staring at people, not doing anything about it.
Fuck the
Yeah.
police. All cops are bad, and like
I'm looking
just
at
least
so
hopeful that-
speaking about how you talk
You know what's-
about international situations. Someone tweeted, Sunny Lou, the first trick of magic is sleight of hand. While your attention is directed on one point, something entirely different is happening somewhere else. And they retweeted this that says, meanwhile, Israel
that in your
taking
timeline?
advantage and bombing Damascus right now.
that might suggest, like, it's not evidence, but it also suggests that maybe this was planned, like, two birds with one stone.
I
We
saw
get
a
to
tweet about
get eyes
that.
off,
It
get
was
eyes off.
like
Look at this meme.
airstrike.
Dude, this meme got a fucking shit ton of likes because this only came out 2 minutes ago, but they deserve all of it. He said Capitol during the Black Lives Matter protest to show that military police, and it said Capitol today, and it's a picture of the mall cop. That's fucking funny.
I had a bit of hope when it seemed like the.
I mean, it's also true.
I had a bit of hope when it seemed like the Proud Boys were actually going to fight with the police, but now we see that they aren't fighting at all. Like, literally nothing is happening, and that's extremely disheartening. And I
feel like there's like 95 people on here. There really probably shouldn't be any silence. So, what are y'all thinking, people?
Like I was going to say, what's really disheartening is that the liberals will learn nothing.
Or we could just sit here in silence.
I don't think you can hear them for some reason, Jackie.
Wait, can I just? No, I can hear when they say stuff.
There was someone talking. I don't know if you can hear them.
Yeah, everybody's been talking.
Who's talking?
I'm talking sometimes.
I hear nothing.
Oh, for some reason you can't hear them.
You might have them muted from before when it was echoing.
I just saw a tweet on my timeline that says, "This exact set of events, fascist mobs seizing public institutions, took place in Bolivia. You," meaning like he's responding to a blue check liberal or whatever. He says, "You celebrated it as a victory for democracy. The taste of one's own medicine isn't particularly nice, is it?"
The thing is, like, a lot of mainstream. Can anyone hear me?
So I can hear you. IMB said there was only 13 arrests today, and then in Public Citizen they just tweeted this out. For reference, there was over 14,000 arrests at the George Floyd protest. Now compare that to the 13 today. That's insanity.
That's fucking. Like, the worst part is that, like, there's so many liberals in the United States who won't learn a thing from this. They can't put two and two together. They can't learn. They'll only believe what, like, mostly the boomers and, like, rich shit libs who don't have anything to worry about. They won't be able to learn anything from this or observe anything or draw any conclusions. That's one of the worst parts of it.
Yeah, that's literally the perfect way to put it. That would piss me off the most, and that's why I'm literally tweeting out defund the police like a madman, because I guarantee you, like, a month from now, liberals will not learn one goddamn thing from this.
Joe Biden will have done some.
This is weird. I can hear literally everybody but one person.
Yeah.
Try like leaving the call and joining again or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Discourse will show you. It might work. Just literally just logging on and off again.
Yeah, like in a month or so, like Biden will have implemented some new horrible free speech measure, like banning gatherings of more than 10 people, or like censoring the internet hard, and the libs will be praising him for it. Because
I don't hear Jackie. Jackie,
can you hear me?
There you go.
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
I can hear you.
Hey, we can hear you.
One friend said, "Ha ha ha! What the hell happened while I was sleeping?" Like imagine, like imagine if you were sleeping.
It's like, what the fuck happened?
My friend Vakabuti there. I thought that was funny.
Slowly push through DC streets now, for what it's worth.
Yeah, like all of us getting together.
I can't even imagine the thoughts of people who are waking up right now, and they're just like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, and I thought it was enough because yesterday I had so much trouble sleeping because of the whole fraud squad issue, and it was extremely disheartening. Well, I'm not sure if it was last night or the night before, and then like today this happened, and then it's fucking the world. The world is fucked, but like you have a response. Like the world is fucked, but I feel like I have a responsibility to know what's going on so that I can help however I can. And
there it is. There it is. Breaking: the female Trumper that was shot while invading the U.S. Capitol is dead.
That's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, that's the one I officially saw it there.
There would be like thousands more deaths if it was black people marching for Black Lives.
If it was Black Lives Matter, they will still be cleaning up Capitol Hill with the bodies. That's literally what they will still be doing right now.
There would be literally 1,000 people dead.
Yeah.
Like it feels like the entire liberal apolitical demographic in the U.S. is just a brick wall that we can't get through. They can't believe anything that makes sense. They can't reason at all. All they believe is whatever the news feeds to them because they're just that dumb.
Well, the left needs to stop trying to reach out to them, entirely. They are literally the enemy along with the Republicans. It's ridiculous. I mean, if you can try and convince them, sure, but do not give an inch to them ever for any reason.
Well, it's not them so much. It just feels like there's way too many of them. Like too many Americans are like that, and because of that, we don't have as much power as the left in other countries.
Oh yeah, for sure.
100%.
But I'm just saying, there's a lot of, I struggle to call them leftists, but whatever. people a bit to the right to me, a bit to the right of me, and a bit to the left of the liberals that are trying to like bridge the gap and like work with the liberals. It's not going to work.
Yep.
History's shown over and over and over that liberals will side with fascists way before they will side with a socialist.
Yeah, like, well, liberals siding with, the thing is, like, liberals and, like, the corporates, like, the rich fascists who are, like, being authoritarian for the sake of being authoritarian and venting their spite onto people, they get along because they have shared class interests to oppress people, while the populist left and the populist right, you know, the people who worship Trump because they genuinely think he's going to solve all their, like, life and economic problems for them, like, we would get along better. Like, that's why the populist left and populist right need to unite, so that we can realize, hey, you know, we actually do want the same things deep down inside, and Trump is actually playing you for fools. So, and then
so look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So I am put this in the chat, and it's probably the funniest shit I ever seen. It said, this is from Reddit. This is our leopards ate my face. I don't know what that's about. But look, it said Congressman Marquane Mullen, the Republican from Oakland, cowers in fear at the coup he helped create. And then you can see him. You can see him.
Is like, I don't remember where it started from, but like basically voting for a leopard and then being surprised that the leopard ate your face. Like the people that voted for this shit or did this shit and then are surprised when it turns back on them. That's that whole subreddit's about.
So here you can see him reaping what he sowed. Very interesting stuff right there. I have me stay killing it with the good content. But I'm just looking at I'm just looking at my timeline, looking at the absolute mess that it is.
Holy shit!
Well,
Yeah,
Tommy Lawrence's brain is broken.
I
think
just saw
Tommy
the
Lawrence's
tweet.
brain is be broken after this.
okay, but
I
real
just saw
talk,
the tweet
Duncan?
someone mentioned about Trump that you can't respond to it or like it. Holy fuck!
Okay, but real talk, what can the left do? Like, what do you think is the best thing for the left to do in this situation? We need a plan. We need to always be taking action and not just, you know, doom scrolling.
Literally, he ends a tweet off with "Remember this day forever." What the fuck?
I mean, are you asking what the left should do about the protests in DC right now?
Yes, what action can we take to make sure that we still survive and that we don't get... We still survive and that we fight and that, you know, like some extreme form of... Even more extreme form of authoritarianism doesn't take hold and just actually destroy what little leverage the left has right now.
Let these nut jobs and the cops kill each other. Stay completely away from it.
The problem is that they aren't killing each other. The cops are helping all the MAGA cards.
Just wait, it might happen. They already got
I'm drawing my line in the sand. I'm drawing it very aggressively too. If you are not for defund the police after this, you're complicit with this shit. We can't allow them to get away with this. Like, we can't allow people who prop up our oppressors to continue to do that. Because I'm literally strong.
You know
Go ahead.
You know, I just realized, like, this would be a perfect, like, at the very least, like, this would be a perfect opportunity for Joe Biden to say, oh, you know, we need to fund more police because, you know, they were too tired. That's, at the very least, what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, we've been calling that for a while. Like, this is going to be what the liberals use to fund the police more.
Yeah, I always make the point because a lot of people don't understand. Senate Democrats take more money from the police than Republicans do. And it's not a small amount either. You have Bob Menendez, you have Amy Klobuchar. They're the two. They're number one, they're number two. Small gap between them. But the gap between those two and number three is pretty goddamn big. So I guarantee you when Joe Biden get in charge, they will 100% use this as an excuse to fund the police because we need them to fight the white terrorist threat, ignoring the fact that they literally was complicit in them getting to the Capitol by opening the gates, by them literally having armed protesters at the Capitol during the Black Lives Matter protest, but they just let them do what they're doing. And this back to my point I made on my show a few times, that you literally have the police, you have the media institutions that they are complicit and they allow right-wing protests to happen. They air them out. Meanwhile, they brutally and violently shut out left-wing protests.
So on an unrelated note, like, media plays a big factor in this as well in terms of messaging and in terms of propaganda. So Katie Halper, she tweeted out that Joanne Reed compared Trump to Osama bin Laden and Trump supporters to bin Laden. So it's like,
that's kind of an insult to bin Laden, let's be real.
Yeah, but I know it. But it's like you can't really use a comparison to something else. You have to just like we all know Joanne Reed's like a renowned like Islamophobic person. So like, why would she always jump to those like type of slanders to describe something like this?
She's an idiot. She's an idiot. That same Ben Dixon, same shit. If you have a show on MSNBC or CNN, odds are you are a useful idiot.
One second.
Also, the Young Turks, like the Young Turks, fuck Shank. He's one of the worst so-called progressive political commentators I know of.
Hey, did anybody see the tweet that I did yesterday? Pat the Progressive put out. He was talking about Joanne Reed, and underneath it, I immediately wrote, "Why do you hate black women?"
Sometimes I wish I still had Twitter just for things like that, but
it was so much fun. The best part is like he spent like the next hour just like defending me because people were like, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
Speaking of like fake progressives, though, I really think the left needs to stop using that word. Liberals have taken it over.
Okay, that's the problem though. Where do we take a stand? Because we keep conceding things to them. We let them have the rose. We let them have this and that. Like,
they're never going to take socialists.
I just ignore what they have. I still use roses in my profile. I just ignore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so stop. So let's not keep conceding things to them. Fuck them. We're the true progressives. They can get fucked.
Yeah, like I remember
calling myself a socialist instead.
Yeah, I remember when the
I mean.
Sorry, Meg?
So the one thing I would say about that is that I've been thinking about that question a lot lately. And the thing about the word progressive is that what I've been looking at is that the difference between liberals are like hardcore free market capitalists. Progressives, like if you are to consider it within the historical perspective, and you're looking at like Teddy Roosevelt, who was one of the first progressives in the United States. If we're thinking about it within that framework, then a progressive is someone who believes in anti-monopoly, labor rights, things like that, but they're still for capitalism.
Yeah, that's
like Bernie. Yeah.
And also
social democrats are the furthest left of the progressives. They're social democrats like Bernie. But we are leftists. We're not progressives because we do not agree with capitalism.
It's not just that too. I agree with that, but it's also American imperialism. Like Teddy Roosevelt, like he was an imperialist. So a lot of social Dems, they disagree with. They're okay with capitalism, but they're also okay with American imperialism. So that draws a distinction between progressives and leftists.
Okay,
exactly.
Have we talked yet about what the left can do, like to basically survive this?
Apparently, Twitter has removed 2 of Trump's tweets that I'm seeing right now.
Oh wow!
They removed them.
Censorship
I wonder if it's performative.
They removed it. When you go to his Twitter, it says this tweet is no longer available.
I wonder if it's performative.
Yeah, they literally removed tweets.
Yeah, I'm sure it is performative.
Yeah,
but anyway,
here's the thing: like neolibs are like, yeah, you got to stop the violence, but I mean, he's still the president, so I'm not all about censoring shit. We need to know, like, just because you can't see it on Twitter doesn't mean he doesn't find another way. He's gonna go on Parler. We should still know what the hell he's saying.
Oh, I guarantee that whenever they censor right-wing figures aggressively like that, it's always sort of testing the waters, like the canary in the coal mine to censor leftists.
That's a good point.
Exactly. That's why I'm not for censorship.
I mean, they're already censoring leftists. I've been like turbo banned off Twitter a few times already. I already gave up trying to make new accounts because they just ban them immediately.
So someone here asked the question, what can leftists do during this time?
Yes, for their survival, and for messaging, and to make sure that we end up winning this, and that neither the neo-fascists nor the neoliberals end up winning this.
Yeah, so basically what we have to do is we have to prevent Biden from doing his bullshit coming together Jesus moment with Republicans, especially the establishment ones who don't do the mouthpiece that Trump does, but does the exact same policies. See, that's the dangerous part. So basically what MAGA and right-wing movements have done historically is they make a lot of noise, they do this type of stuff, and historically Democrats have sided with Republicans to enact some of those things into policy work. So if leftists, we kind of have to just go after the Democratic Party. Now, what the squad is doing in terms of impeachment stuff, yeah, that's fun, performative stuff that makes liberals have an orgasm. But in terms of helping leftists gain power, that's not going to do anything because you're using all the political capital on a guy who's leaving in 14 days.
And AOC's been calling for Imperial's bullshit too. Like, she's been such a letdown.
What's she been saying?
She's been wanting to sanction Russia and a few other places, and like.
Oh my god, AOC keeps getting worse and worse. Like, I keep saying that, like,
she's just showing exactly.
Like, everyone should cancel her. Everyone, before she has a chance to pull an Obama on all of us.
Oh shit! A law enforcement source has confirmed to CNN that pipe bombs were found at the headquarters for the DNC, RNC, and the grounds of the Capitol.
Hey.
Oh yeah, did you guys not hear
send me
about
that? Send me that.
I heard about that a while ago.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't hear that. I'm super behind. I didn't
I saw that too.
Yeah, they detonated the one at the RNC.
I just threw it in the Discord
at the RNC? Or...
Hey, I have a question. Food Communication said Pence authorized deployment of National Guard, Trump frozen out. Can anybody verify that?
I have heard that, but I don't have any actual
I don't think the
sources.
vice president has that power.
No, but they
Trump
might have
is frozen out,
actually.
he does. If they invoke the 25th.
Yeah, if they invoke the 25th, then he does.
By the way, I remember earlier when you guys were saying like how Democrats were calling for impeachment. Okay, that lets you know they're unserious because if you really wanted to do something, you invoke the 25th.
Actually, what Cory Bush is doing is slightly better, but Cory Bush is calling
I just
for...
threw it in the general chat, the tweet that says that the pipe bombs, they were all safely detonated by the police.
Fuck. Okay. But yeah, what Cory Bush is doing is a bit better. Like, she actually wants to remove all the Republicans who enabled this coup, but I mean, we'll see how it turns out, because I mean, she seemed a bit more real than the other
It's probably gonna take a couple days, because they have to sweep the whole fucking building to see if they left anything else.
I love this tweet so much. I love this tweet, because we kind of hinted towards this during the stream. This is what Mariah Cooley said, and I endorse it. To my black activists, specifically the ones in DC, do not put your black body on the line to defend a government that never defended you. Please stay inside and stay safe. Amen. And I remember people got mad at me for joking about this because I guess it's happening. Cause I'm like, bro, if there's a civil war, don't sign me up to fight. I'm not fighting for Joe Biden. I'm not doing it.
If this is a civil war, then it needs to be three-way between like the hardcore maggots, the establishment, and the leftists.
Can you imagine?
Hopefully we can make people over to our side.
Now, if this is an actual...
What needs to happen is if an actual civil war happens, leftists need to stay the fuck out of it. Let those two fight, and then whoever wins, we take them on.
That's exactly
exactly. Yeah. Well, yeah. The one thing. Yeah, that's a good point. Because one thing is, after today, like at least one side will be in a vulnerable position, and so the left. Like, should stay on the alert and capitalize on whatever situations there are to try and, help create a better world.
If only we had a candidate that was about to be elected president with a ton of young people mobilized and passionate about him being president right now.
Well, Bernie's going to be budget committee chair, but...
And Bernie's still an imperialist.
Still skeptical about that. If Bernie is the budget committee chair, that's a whole lot of power. You control the entire congressional fiscal budget for that year. That's a lot of power, and I don't see the Democrats allowing Bernie to have that much power, even though he does have seniority status.
You ain't the only one skeptical.
I mean, if he gets that title, he's not gonna defund the military or the police or anything.
Yeah, my thing is,
he will do Medicare for all. He will probably do this stimulus of some kind, and that's like.
I think Bernie. I disagree with Bernie in terms of strategy, but I think he's about that life. Now, with that said, I will be shocked if he get that position, and I want to be wrong because they didn't do everything they can to bend the rules in the primary. You are seeing that the fact that the establishment is willing to cheat, lie, and steal, and I easily see them doing that regarding getting Bernie on this position. Because I think he should have that position because seniority or whatever. But I 100% wouldn't be shocked if they rewrite that rule or use some sort of anything to make sure he doesn't get that position. I wouldn't be shocked by that. Because go ahead.
Yeah, from what I heard, Joe Manchin is considering what's his name? Yeah, Joe Manchin, he's considering flipping to Republican just so that Bernie doesn't get that position, and also like with
Is that real?
Are you serious?
Is that real?
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, I'm not.
That
not sure.
motherfucker.
John Cusack said, and this he tweeted out a minute ago. He said generals are calling for Trump's removal for office. That's literally 2 minutes ago. I don't know.
Are these active generals or retired?
I don't know if I think I literally just saw this. John Cusack tweeted this out 2 minutes ago, and now I want to see the sources for this. Like what?
Like if this retired, then it still has effect, but it's not as powerful. If it's active military that's under the
they want sound. We need to get more information on this. I'm literally about to search the term generals on Twitter.
Yeah, they need like the actual Joint Chiefs of Staff to be calling for it, not some Bush era general.
A bunch of exactly. That's not gonna do shit. Oh my gosh, trending in California. Delete his account.
That's what you're taking from this?
Well, California's a shit lib hellhole, and like Portland, from what I hear, Portland is where the progressives are at mostly.
His account until he's not president anymore. Like once he's not president anymore, then they can do it. But until then, it has to stay on Twitter.
Exactly. They shouldn't be doing these things. Look,
once
I'm not.
Once Biden is president, sure, whatever. Go the fuck ahead and delete Trump's account.
Yeah, but
I give a fuck.
Yeah.
That should not be anyone's priority in any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, now. Like right now.
That just shows you the performative nature of Democrats. They don't want to do anything. They just want to make it look like they're doing something.
Exactly. Like AOC. Like honestly, a lot of information came out about AOC, like basically showing that she is indeed God.
After Biden gets sworn in, whatever. I don't fucking care. Delete Trump's account. I don't really care. But until then, they can't because he's president.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense because we gotta get information from him anyway.
I mean, he could just he could just do a press conference. It doesn't fucking matter. He's the president. But Ashley Stevens gets a tweet of the day. Damn it! If only we could all go vote right now. We could end this shit. Where are voting booths when we need them?
We tried to vote. We tried to vote. Our guy.
Holy shit! Police fired tear gas out of the U.S. Capitol building as they try to control the crowd.
Oh jeez.
I'm still
not to be like the not to be annoying here, but can we please stop interrupting each other? It's getting really annoying.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Very powerful point. I was just looking at my timeline while you guys doing it, but there's just so much to discuss here.
I'm just watching the
cops. I'm trying to find the general. Yeah, I'm trying to find the story regarding the general because Cusack tweeted out. I seen a few people tweet out, but they were smaller accounts while I searched the name. I guess we gotta wait for like real confirmation. But if that's a real thing, that's a big deal. That's a pretty damn big deal.
What's a big deal?
If the general is actually calling for Trump to be removed right now.
Nick, do you have donation alerts on? Someone's asking about it.
Yeah, I think someone donated just now. We 100% appreciate that. Honey Butches of Ghost. He was banned on Twitter a few months ago for calling a cracker a cracker. I'm sorry y'all laughed at that, but that's fucking hilarious. But I still watch you from time to time, Nick. Keep up the good fight, but remember us. Thank you. I definitely appreciate the donation. Thank you so much. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying this, and if you are, follow, subscribe, and all that stuff. So, Honey Butches of Ghost, big shout out to you, bro. Thank you. Let's see what's like. So I'm literally looking at these headlines, just shocked. I see the story about Bush putting
Cory Bush, by the way.
Yeah, to Cory Bush, by the way, to expel everyone who signed up for this. And I mean, my thing is like, bro, you can't do no milquetoast shit in response to this, right? Twitter removed Trump's tweet amid violence. Man, that's funny. Like, actually, I'm looking at everything that's happening now. It's like when Trump was elected in 2016, and people were literally saying that Trump's gonna lead to a civil war. Kudos, you guys was on the money. I'm sorry, you guys was definitely on the money on that one. Because my question is, where does this go? Like people think this is just gonna evaporate in pure air. And that what people were saying, like, oh, we gotta vote for Joe Biden because of the Proud Boys. I'm like, what the fuck did Joe Biden gotta do with the Proud Boys? If anything, if Joe Biden, as we stand right now, I said this at the time. I said even if Trump loses, that will only increase how radicalized the Proud Boys are. Can I take a moment and have a moment of silence to prove how right I was? Because I literally said, because people were using the election as a reason why I should vote for Biden. I'm like, if you use your common sense, if Trump loses, they will be more radicalized. So there's not a reason. I'm not saying that you shouldn't vote for him if you vote your conscience or whatever. But if your concern was the rise of right-wing terrorism, how electoral politics will solve that? And now, let's say we squash this uprising. You think this shit is gonna? You think this tension is gonna die? There's some shit we gotta deal with. We gotta deal with this, guys. It's here, and that's my point. And that was the point I made earlier on. Like, you really think electoral politics is gonna stop this shit from happening? It's not. It's not. And I said at the time, and a lot of people on the weak, privileged left hates my guts. Because I pointed out something that was very, very easy to see. Very, very easy to see. Let me get some of these comments here. Cell phone jammed at the White House. Ooh, damn. That means they really trying to shut down Trump.
Wait, what?
Hey, real quick, I just verified the story. Pence is the one who called for the National Guard.
Are you serious?
So they must have 25th Amendment it.
Well, he hasn't called 25th Amendment, but he is the one who called for the National Guard.
Wait,
He wouldn't have that power.
I know.
Yeah.
Wait, did he talk to the Secretary of Defense or the NSA or the DHS?
I don't know. I'm just looking at, like, it's from actual news sources like CNN and NBC that say that. So I don't know how he did it, but he did. I haven't read how he got the authority, but apparently he is the one who called for the National Guard.
The only legal way to do that is the 25th.
Well, I think
so much. So that means Pence is like going straight out. He's like, hell no, I ain't going out like this. He's like,
apparently he did it like as he was being evacuated.
Like Pence, like Trump has nothing to lose. Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Do you think that they called the National Guard because the police were being too complicit?
I don't know.
That's a decent theory.
Pence has the ability to call the Secret Service. So if he was calling it for himself, he would have called them. Why?
That's a good point.
Again, how did he call the National Guard?
That's a really good point. That's a really, really good point.
Yeah.
They gave Trump. Sorry, go ahead.
What's funny is right now would actually be a really good time to put up that Tommy Lauren tweet, considering it's so ironic.
Oh my gosh, I saw that.
That one was pretty good.
The thing is, Trump has quite literally nothing to lose, right? Because the idea is that Trump is potentially screwed. I mean, me and Jackie, we kind of hesitant to believe that he actually will be charged. But now, I mean, I don't know. What if there's some New York attorney or prosecutor who want to make a name for himself? What if there's like some sort liberal-minded attorney at law, anyone in the legal system that was like, okay, this is my chance to become famous. So I initially was like, okay, I don't think Trump may be charged, but after this, I think there's a good chance. I think there's going to be a liberal attorney, liberal legal team, and once again, I don't think they're doing it out of like sense of duty. They're not doing it because they actually care about the country. They're doing it because imagine if you're the prosecutor that prosecuted Donald Trump. You will be set for life. Like, just on book deals alone. Like, book deals alone, you'd be set for life. So, I do think... Yeah. I do roll back, because at first I was like, hell no, there's no way Trump will get charged. But now, I think I want to see if Jackie agree with me, because I think we agree on this now. But I think there would be maybe someone in the legal system want to be a hero to charge Trump. So, at this point, Trump is like, I have nothing to lose. Like, I might well go all out. I'm old as fuck. I would die if I go to prison. So I might well start a fucking war. Meanwhile, Pence is like, I could run in 2024. The fuck? Hell no. So that's my take of the situation. Like, Pence is like, I want to ride this train all the way to how crazy it got to this point right now. But now there's like, there's actually discussion about actually using power to crack down on Trump, like whether it be the generals talking about removing him, whether that be Cory Bush wanting to expel any lawmaker that had anything to do with this.
They won't.
So what if Pence is like having a moment of self-preservation? We like, okay, I wrote this MAGA shit to as far as I can, but now if I want to protect my future, maybe I do got to do that. That's just a thought. We got Steve once we get more information. We just riffing what we have. But what was you about to say? I think someone about to say something.
Okay, yeah. First of all, like, I don't think they'll do Cory Bush's thing because they don't want her to be a hero. They don't want her to get credit for anything. They don't want people crediting the progressives with anything meaningful. And secondly, yeah, like stupid neoliberals, they have no allegiance, they have no friends, they just stab themselves in the back the whole time. Like you see what Pence is doing with Trump. It's
Twitter did they just lock down Trump's account? They locked
No,
it.
they didn't. They did.
There's no way.
I just saw my friend Steph said that. Like I said, we literally we confirming things as we go. But she tweeted that 2 months ago.
Yeah. But it just shows you too that if there was any question, considering they were wondering whether or not Biden would pardon Trump and like not prosecute him, just like Obama did with the bankers and with Bush. But after this, if he even thinks about pardoning Trump, there will be like things will probably get worse. Like there's no way that Biden can even think about pardoning Trump now.
Oh, that's what people thought. That's what people thought about Gerald Ford in the '70s. With Richard Nixon. So I don't know. We saw how that went out, but
yeah, Nixon literally walked out like, "Yo, I'm about to be arrested. I'm just gonna bounce. You guys got this, right?" He was still not charged. So, do I think Trump is gonna get pardoned? No, because he's not gonna get charged. Okay, he's still gonna be fine. He's a billionaire. He's good. And in 10 years, we will have the next crazy ass mofo, and we'll be talking about how good it was under Trump, just like they did, just like they're doing now with Bush. Okay?
And maybe Trump will take up painting.
That's disgusting.
and like
It's crazy. It really is crazy.
This is our nation. This is just like he said. Go all the way back to the 60s. We've been doing this all along. It is a circle. It's going to continue to happen. No, Trump's not. You know what? They might do an investigation, but it's going to be the same thing that happened to Clinton. Remember Kenneth Starr? Everybody remember, like, the Republicans, and remember this, Republicans are the ones who actually go after people. Liberals are the ones who just like, yeah, we should totally do something, and then don't do fuck all. But the Republicans, like, brought in Ken Starr, and were all in and up Clinton's ass. Somehow they didn't find all the pedophilia shit, but whatever. And he ended up, like, he's still chilling. His wife was running for president, so if you really think something's going to happen to a billionaire that is now a former president, like, I got a bridge to sell you.
Yeah.
And like back to Nick's point earlier about what young and upcoming lawyer could prosecute Trump. Look at the New York State district. I think a New York State Attorney General. She's black. I forgot her black woman. I forgot her name. She's been trying to go after Trump these entire 4 years. So she could potentially be one of those on the state level. But federally,
I'm more in line with Jackie on this position. While I literally don't believe that the ruling class will ever go after each other. I'm just looking, and I generally believe that as a rule. I'm just looking at the circumstances right now. If it ever gonna happen, it's gonna happen now. Because my point was, if you're that liberal prosecutor, the person who prosecutes Trump, anyone who's involved with that legal team, the same way that anyone who was involved with the 2000 George Bush election case, a lot of those people went on to have amazing career in politics because they put the fact that they worked on that Supreme Court case on the resume. I think anyone that had anything to do with Trump prosecution, even if it's not 100% successful, I think they will have that. It's just an amazing career opportunity for them, and that's the only reason I can see it possibly happen. Just because they have that initial career selfish driven mentality, and there's so much hatred for Trump. I can see it happening now. I can see it. We see it. I mean, I'm not one to down a hill. Not something I want to bet money on. But I see the circumstances being set up in a way where the liberal class will have a reason to go after him to make themselves look better. Once again, I can see arguments both ways, but now I'm leaning towards like, dude, this dude might have fucked up. I think like he may have fucked. Like, the funny, I played that meme earlier about the Paul Blart meme with the milk, that shitty cop. Like, people are making that comparison so much that Paul Blart is literally trending on Twitter. So just to change course, that's what I was talking about earlier. Now is the best time to push defund the police if you're an advocate for that. 100%.
You know what also is trending on Twitter?
Oh, absolutely.
You guys know what also is trending on Twitter right now? Olive Garden. You know why?
Why?
Yeah,
because Anderson Cooper was on CNN. He basically said that Trump supporters, they're all just gonna go back to their Holiday Inn and Marriott's and go to Olive Garden and head home.
Yeah, isn't that what liberals were going to do after electing Biden?
No, liberals don't go to Olive Garden. That is beneath them.
Yeah, they have to go to some more bougie place than that.
Yeah. Like, yeah, those chain restaurants
Don't even let your lips form the words Applebee's. Liberals would never be caught dead there.
I mean, they're right, though, because
I love
you really should not go to... Oh, my God. Gross.
Or leftist infighting.
Abolish chain restaurants. Chain restaurants are...
Hey,
their food is...
they have a good happy hour, okay?
I can accept the drinking part. Just the food is terrible.
25 is pretty lit.
No, the Applebee's that I used to go to in Tampa had a karaoke night, and that was hella fun, especially when you're drinking that much. So, I'm just saying. And I was in college, so...
All right, yeah, fair enough.
Apparently Mike Pence unfollowed Trump on Twitter.
Yeah, he also... I saw this at the beginning of the stream, that
seriously?
Pence had his banner on his Twitter account is a picture of Biden and Harris. Like, he's fully throwing Trump out.
Oh no, I think that was proven false.
No, I literally looked at it. On his account on Twitter. I mean, I looked at it.
Wait.
Hang on. I'm trying to find his thread.
Oh my gosh! So
yeah.
apparently there's a pro-Trump hashtag Stop the Steal march being held right now in Tokyo.
Tokyo? The fuck?
Yeah. Nick, I'm gonna send you the video on Twitter. So hold on, I'm gonna DM you the video.
Mike Pence is still following Trump on Twitter.
Yeah, but go look at his banner and tell me that's not Biden Harris.
Yeah, that's Biden Harris.
He's still throwing out Trump entirely.
Something else.
I'm looking at his banner,
and funny.
It's just him. I'm looking at Vice President Mike Pence, like his
No, just
Mike account.
Just Mike Pence, not Vice
Oh,
President.
not his Vice President
Mike,
account. Okay.
His
it's
personal.
Mike_Pence.
Yeah,
it's his personal account.
Yeah, his personal account literally has Biden and Harris on it.
Dude, dude, that is so fucking funny, man.
Okay.
Holy shit, that is Biden Harris.
Yeah, like he just completely did a flip because
Mike Pence was like, Trump, you're out of your fucking mind. if you think I'm going down like this.
Yeah, when even Pence is like, holy shit, you are too far
I did not
right.
see that
That
coming.
is saying something.
I did not see that coming.
Pence is like, this is my stock. I'm getting off now.
He like, yeah, I thought I could make it 2024 on this shit, but it's not happening now, bro. Now, like the idea that Trump was gonna run again in 2024, I think that may have made Pence like, fuck, that was probably my fucking year. Fuck this guy. Fuck this guy.
I don't think Trump's running again. I think someone like Tom Cotton's gonna be the candidate, and he's gonna beat Kamala Harris.
Oh, don't worry, Pence will run. Trump won't, but Pence will.
No, I don't.
I think Pence will get destroyed in the primaries.
Probably, but he's still gonna run.
I think like this brand of like extreme far right wing racist authoritarianism, like I actually think there's a chance that it might actually deflate in the next 4 years, and that there might be a power vacuum in the Republican Party, and
Why do you think that it would deflate? If anything, it's going to get stronger. Under Biden, It's not going away.
Yeah, because Biden's gonna rule like a piece of shit. He's gonna do nothing for all the people, like always. And in 2 years, they're going to flip the House because they're gonna say Biden can't do anything, even with the House and a Senate. And then in another 2 years after that, they'll kick probably Harris out.
Yeah, we're literally in the same situation as
Open it in
Obama's
2
first
years.
term.
Yeah, this is literally Obama's first term, except even further right.
Harris will be reelected because she's young and black and appeals to fucking Karens, like just like Obama's second term. Like they were disappointed in him, but they elected him anyway because he seemed like more of a good guy and more eloquent than the other guy. So
here's the stop steal
No, the
stuff
reason
from.
why people elected Obama to a second term is we genuinely believed the rhetoric that everything that he was trying to do he couldn't do because of Mitch McConnell, and that this time he was going to take the brakes off and he was really going to get shit done. And then like a year in, we were like, oh no, you were just bullshitting us the whole time.
Also, too, there's another point. Like another point I hear a lot among the black community too is that we can't have the first black president only have one term. That's that thing that they're spreading around too.
Obama's an Oreo. He's white on the inside. He's a white dude who was born with permanent blackface.
Okay, first of all, Obama is black and white. Second of all, maybe don't use that term. It's super offensive.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, okay, sorry about that.
If you were going to use the Cornel West quote, that would be a little bit more respectable. But that comparison would be offensive.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Biden going in just like Obama did with Democrats controlling the House and the Senate. Like this is literally just this is gonna be a repeat of Obama's first term.
Except Biden, as we all know,
this time was more dementia.
Yeah. Biden was picked to be Obama's VP because he's further to the right of Obama, and he appealed to the white moderate. So, anyone actually thinks that he's going to be anywhere to the left of Obama is just absolutely insane.
I mean, Biden actually told us what was going to happen this term because reporters would ask him. That too. The reporter asked him, "Hey, how are you going to deal with Mitch McConnell?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" And they were like, "Well, I mean, you were vice president for 8 years under Obama, and Mitch McConnell stopped everything. Why would he deal with you?" And there's two ways to look at his response. One is the whole like, well, I'm white. And then the second is the underlying truth, which is, oh, I'm going to go to him.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to get things done together that we both want.
And anyone that wants to work with Republicans should be immediately removed from office.
Well, no, because, Bernie wants to work with Republicans.
Yeah,
but if you make them come to you, you don't go to them.
Exactly.
But Biden is a Republican, so he's already there.
Yeah.
And also, too, Biden believes, too, that with the executive orders, I will not defy the Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
So he also believes this bullshit narrative that apparently you can't use executive authority vis-a-vis executive order.
And he also doesn't want to embarrass his Republican colleagues.
Okay.
I will say that Biden is going to use that excuse of not using executive order whenever it's time to do something that's going to benefit the left. But I guarantee you, something comes up and he wants to use it, he will.
Oh yeah.
He'll just do it silently, just like Obama. Like, I'm just going to write this.
Yeah, if he wants to supercharge the Patriot Act or something, which I don't know how he can even do that.
I think he'll do something like that, but there is another big difference, and it's the people, because, back in Obama's first term, people thought that he was a progressive, and so everyone was sort of complacent and hoping for him to fix all the problems, but now we know what Biden is. We know he's a detestable fuckwad who's on the far right, and so we're prepared to, energize and push our leaders to actually do things for us. And if they don't...
Well, the thing about Obama is that Obama, when he came in, he advocated for progressive policies in the campaign, but when he actually got into office, he flooded his entire cabinet with establishment Democrats, Wall Street, Citigroup, and all these other Raytheon groups, and also the Heritage Foundation for his healthcare plan. And so it's important too, when you're an elected official, to surround yourself with people who are supposed to think about who think like the campaign policies you advocated for. And so when you have a guy like Barack Obama who puts Hillary Clinton as a Secretary of State, and then when Hillary leaves, he puts John Kerry. Then you then you have Joe Biden as your VP, and then you're friendly with Neera Tanden. It's just a huge mess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what was this? Yeah. Thing is, sorry, keep going.
There's no it's already been proven just by what's happening right now that they're not going to let us move Biden left. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, he has no reason
You
to.
see everything that's happening online. Like, they're already saying, oh my god, Biden's not even in the White House yet, and you're criticizing him. It's
Well,
like,
you see?
Well, I mean,
there's
the
no
real
way they're going to
psyop
let
is
us
that
push him.
I do,
real
no, you
psyop
can't. You
not
cannot.
only-
You cannot push him left. Like, he won't move to the left. But do you see what's going on with the maggots? Like, the thing is, like, everyone is awake now. It's a pandemic. Everyone wants relief. Everyone wants things to go better. And so, like, a left revolution is inevitable if, like, it will very, very likely result in the left going and having a revolution.
Disagree.
I honestly don't know if I believe in that. Yeah, just because we're not even seeing it yet. Like, we haven't seen, like, everyone is trying to go back to sleep. You see it constantly. That's like, oh great, now I can just turn my brain off, not have to worry about politics anymore. And they're going back to sleep. They're not going to want to fight. We're going to see more of the right wing rising up than we're going to see the left.
Mm-hmm.
And also to add, you can't push a guy who ran against Bernie to stop the left. Like, it doesn't make sense. So why would the establishment put up a guy who is supposed to crush the left, and then when he wins, you believe that he's supposed to somehow give you something? That's not how politics works.
Because the narrative.
I beat the socialist over and over again.
I'm the Democratic Party now.
Because the narrative.
He is.
The narrative they tried to push is that he has to work together with Bernie, and that's why Bernie conceded, if I remember right.
Yeah, well, now he's president.
He's not working with
He can
Bernie.
just give a giant finger to Bernie, and
Kinda
there's
like
nothing
they're
anyone can do about it.
Yeah, actually, it's very, very
Exactly
strong.
what they're doing.
Like,
That's exactly what they're doing. Just look at what happened last week. They didn't back
happened
him
last
up
week?
at
A lot of stuff's
all.
been going on.
Like, I strongly suspect they're going to assassinate Bernie this year. Like, the CIA is going to find some reason to assassinate him.
They don't have
Let's
to.
not
He
put
has
that
no
in-
power.
They don't have to. They already
Yeah.
neutered him. He's
neutered
fine.
him.
They're not going to do that.
Yeah.
They might have done that had he actually attained the rank of president, but they made sure he couldn't do that. He's fine, okay? But the real psyop that's going on with the American public is everybody is like, oh, the left, like, we can just push Biden to the left, which everybody knew was horseshit. But what's really happening is, see, like, as we're focusing on that, they're pushing the squad to the right.
And
Well,
the squad's
it
going
was-
right along with it.
And we're supposed to go to the right along with the squad. We're supposed to, follow them to the right also. Like, also, again, that evidence that AOC was a fraud from the beginning, because I saw this Substack article, and can I share my screen to show the article? Can I share my screen, or?
It's better if you just send it to Nick so it doesn't mess with the stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just send it me on Twitter. So I was literally trying. I was reading some news while you guys were having a great discussion. Just send it to me on Twitter. I'll check it out and open it up on here.
Yeah, Nick, I
Or,
sent
like,
you that
put it in
video of
Discord.
this. Nick, I sent you that video of Stop the Steal in Tokyo in your DMs on Twitter, so you can see that.
Yeah, I had it playing on stream while you guys was talking. I didn't have any reason to play the audio. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. So,
Yeah,
this is how well organized. I feel like this was so well organized. A lot of people don't even really understand. We know that they was like boasting about how they gonna protest, but now the fact that we know that this is in Tokyo and multiple states, in multiple cities, even here in Kansas, this was something that was deeply, deeply planned. A lot of people just assumed that Trump was just bundling and he just didn't know what the fuck he was doing. But nah, the right wing came 100% prepared for this. It's kind of insane. It's kind of insane. So yeah, see me on Twitter. I can put it on my stream.
And people wonder why the protests in Hong Kong were waving American flags around. Almost like it was organized from outside of Hong Kong.
Oh, by the way, I looked at that picture again. That's actually not Biden and Harris. That's Pence and his wife. It's just taken from a weird
Yeah, that's what
camera
I
angle.
thought.
Okay.
That's what I thought. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, other people said that earlier.
I was roasting Rob. Hold up.
But yeah, I was saying that the AOC was a psyop from the beginning. Like, there was that Substack article from the again, I'll send it to Nick later, but it's from Screeching Kettle, and it's 27 reasons AOC is a pro-war establishment tool for the Democratic Party, and they span her entire political career, honestly, and even before that.
Her political career is 2 years long.
Speaking of ops, let me derail this conversation real quick, and then you guys get back to it. Because I made my call out of dystopian Rob today, which I usually don't do, but it's more on thing he can step up to me. But now a lot of his receipts about to get aired out in front of my entire timeline now, because I've been holding back on this. Check this out. He's a like the dude that called me out. He's a plagiarizer. Did my girl forget? I got on my stream, so you gotta check it out. I told you, forgive me, she's a monster. You do not want to make an enemy of her. She's really good at Oppo research. Look at this. This is Ricky. This is what he tweeted. Amazing tweet. The Par Blart one. Why would you think you can get away with plagiarizing this? So he made that amazing tweet, and I look at dystopian Rob, 5:44 p.m. Bitch, who you think you're fooling, bro? Like, bro, this tweet. Look how many likes this tweet has. Look how many likes this tweet got. 347,000 likes. You honestly think people won't know that you plagiarized that? I just want people to know the kind of people that don't like me, the kind of people that don't criticize me. We were talking about ops, and A1, now that I expose this guy, A1 was like, yeah, this dude is kind of an op. The only thing he does is create leftist infighting. He fucked up because he went after the wrong one today. He went after the wrong one today. Forgive me, she exposed this today. I just retweeted it. I hope people see who he is. And it's funny because what he said today, I'll let you guys continue on the conversation. He was like, if anyone who follows me, just unfollow me if you like social anime. That was what he was saying. I was like, if you don't stand for them, like, bitch, what the fuck? Everyone was really laughing. I'm like, bro, y'all really think we're gonna choose you over social anime? So I thought that was funny. I just saw it on the timeline, but go ahead. I just wanted to show people who the kind of people that always go after me and people want to cause leftist infight. They are not good faith actors. This dude is not a good faith actor. Like, he's a fucking psyop, and the only thing he does is plagiarizes people. But go ahead. I just had to show that because I saw it on my timeline now. I just thought that was fucking hilarious.
Hold on, wait. Apparently, Trump's Twitter account will be locked for 12 hours.
Yeah, I just looked it up, and multiple people are saying that his account is locked for 12 hours.
Yeah, and so Twitter Safety also said that future violations of the Twitter rules, including our civic integrity or violent threats policies, will result in permanent suspension of real Donald Trump's account. So Kamala Harris is going to get her campaign wish. Remember, Kamala's like, we should suspend and get rid of Trump's account? Well, she's going to get her wish.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh, great. They really are in Sacramento, and now they're also in downtown LA. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, they're in Denver, they're in Salt Lake City.
Orlando.
Okay, to be fair, I'm looking at video of the downtown LA one, and it just looks like a bar brawl, so it doesn't look like that big a deal. It's like if it were really big in downtown LA, it would look a lot bigger than that.
Yeah.
But the police are actually fighting them there.
Yeah, they're still not doing it in DC. It's been an hour and 11 minutes since the curfew started, and the police are still just kind of standing there, looking at all the protesters.
Could be. Do you think it could be because, okay, just to play devil's advocate, do you think it could be because they know that they have the budget to rebuild everything easily because it's the Capitol building, so like.
Well, no, they're out of the Capitol building now. But there's a curfew order that you cannot be out in public right now, and the cops are just staring at people that are out in public right now. When BLM did that, they got arrested immediately.
Their heads.
They actually started 10 minutes before the curfew started pushing people back.
Be right back. Deadlift and said Trump is speaking live on Alex Jones' channel. What?
Are you serious?
I don't know. I'm just reading. BRB Deadlifting is a homie. He said that now, so hopefully he's being real.
That would be hilarious.
Like, just give an official press conference. What the hell is going on? Like,
this is like the Four Seasons landscaping thing all over again.
So,
wait, the what?
You remember right after the election, Trump booked the Four Seasons, but it actually was outside of a Four Seasons landscaping company,
Oh, yeah.
not the hotel called the Four Seasons.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is
really famous because of that.
this is that all over again. Like, he has all the power to go somewhere very public and, I guess, prestigious is the wrong word, but you get what I'm saying. And he's gonna go on Alex Jones' show.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
Like-
the Twitter safety Twitter account said that they're gonna lock his account for 12 hours after they removed 3 tweets.
What's he gonna do for 12 hours? He might actually get a good night's sleep.
You know that's something? Yo,
He's
this is
not
big.
sleeping tonight.
This is big. So, do you see Samira Khan tweeted Cory Bush's resolution to arrest those people, those Republican members of Congress? Like, today is January 6th, but Cory's draft was dated January 5th.
Well, yeah, we all knew this was coming.
So what, does that mean anything? Or
It means she can see a day into the future like we all could.
I mean, at least she's prepared. Any other Democrat would wait 2 days. She came prepared. So
But yeah, I mean, they've been talking about this. Well, they called it a rally, but they've been talking about this riot bullshit for like a month now. Because today's the day that they're supposed to certify the election for Biden. So she was just on top of it, or her people, more likely, were on top of it.
I hope so. I mean, like,
And
if
what else
if
would
it-
it be?
So, I think I have this is a pretty fun line. We're about 3 hours in. I think I'm gonna call it here now. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. I'm probably go live tomorrow to discuss a little bit more of the fallout here. There's so much that happened today. It's almost impossible to cover it all. We did